Welcome back then, my dears, to some more Fate. Some cyberpunk Fate. It'll be a good old fucking time, I'm sure. We now have a Snippy with us. He's back from fighting the Roach Wars.
Don't even mention those.
Yeah,
Roach Wars.
yeah.
Please don't.
No, I just, again, I didn't realize what time it was, and I hadn't used the restroom yet.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright. So then, a quick catch-up first before we get into building Snippy and everyone, either getting Fate or a new stunt or whatever, or changing aspects. Originally, your duty was to break in to a delightful location. This location being known as the hotel owned by Tam Nokiha. At the... let's see here. You have a piece of... You originally, before your group had even, come to this hotel, performed a job and got a sweet prototype technology. It is wanted back by the people who it was stolen from. They know who you are, and their company is Gecko Senpai Consolidated. You had a friend in the hotel who's the bartender, an AI that was hacked into and is technically your friend. The disc that you were sent for, it was in the penthouse suite, and it was on its own local defense system. So you had to, penetrate the hotel and then separately disable this little penthouse in order to acquire the information. You acquired this information, however, you were rumbled in the process, and Tamnokia Special Forces sort of came across all of you guys and rumbled you just a little bit. One of you was forced to leap out of a window. That's after they jacked their brain into the disk that had been acquired, and it happened to be full of AI killing software and black ice. But whilst making your escape and trying to leave behind some kind of evidence that you worked for a different group, your Canadian moosey friend Charlotte Caribou was abducted by Tam Nokia's security forces and must Canadian her way out of that situation. Whereas Sophie the Sloot thus far is the only person who hasn't had their identity rumbled. This was done by a combination of being invisible and being a sloot, which is always great. Let's see here. I believe that's all the things that actually occurred. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
Excellent. Well then.
But I was also very drunk.
That's also fair. I wasn't, surprisingly enough, but, maybe I'll manage that this time. So, Snippy, you have played Fate games before, yes or no?
No.
Excellent. Then this should be easy to explain. It's always easy to explain it. The answer was going to be the same, no matter what you said. First of all, when you build a character, it is broken up into its aspects, one of which being the high concept. The high concept is the, phrase or sentence or whatever that just sums up your entire character in a, in an obvious way. So, for instance, let's pull up one for example here. Tierna.
Mm-hmm.
High aspect, half cyborg, half kitty, all master thief. That basically describes the entirety of her character in a nutshell. So you have to think up a phrase similar that sort of does a job of describing you.
Let's see.
It's also
Acquisitions expert.
It's also worth
sure.
noting that you can spend fate points to call on these aspects whenever they would be helpful or harmful to you to get bonuses. So, word them in
Indeed.
ways where you could finagle them into being useful for you.
Yep. Gotta choose a lingo that gives you as much bullshit potential as possible. I'm going to explain that a moment after describing what a trouble aspect was, because indeed they can be used to fuck with you too.
Hmm.
These would be the things that, as you would expect from a trouble aspect, get you into trouble, like a personal weakness, or like an enemy you specifically have, or like an oath or some kind of law that you have to follow. That kind of idea. It usually is meant to make your life harder in some kind of interesting way.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me, that's strong. And then
What's your
after
poison?
that, you can have 3 normal aspects. These are, other statements about your character that make sense. For example, Tierna, okay, Savin's ones are about things that they own, things that they do, and a specialty that they have. That would be, I've always got a high-tech gadget for the job. When the going gets tough, oh, where'd you go? And a quarterstaff is not just for balancing,
I see. So
So in
high
the
concept.
in the high concept section,
There we go.
I guess in your case it would be Slavic quote-unquote tourist and weapons smuggler.
Weapons is one thing. I can smuggle all kinds of things
Oh,
if you
and
give me enough
smuggler.
money and
Okay,
time.
that's fine. Let's see, aspect number 1. I have a spacious asshole.
You're not playing a Caribou.
I'm playing the Caribou.
You do have a spacious asshole, presumably.
Yeah, but it's not one of my aspects.
Yeah, but
Putting the
when
ass in
you
aspect.
so like me, you shall never shoot inaccurate because of fear of shooting fingers.
Yeah, I would honestly not be surprised if you could actually fit a UC Ivan meme into every single one of your aspects, including trouble.
That is intensely what I want to happen right now. Like, just have an aspect where you can wield a full-sized rifle like a pistol, like this.
Observe, Vladimir. When you hold a rifle like pistol, you're stronger than recoil for fear of hitting face.
See, yeah. You're welcome to put in all of those. While you're thinking over your aspects, please do pop them in your sheet. And then we will go over there. Everyone's trouble... sorry, not trouble, their stunts. So, as I said before, you all gained either an additional stunt or an additional refresh. This counts before this session technically begins, so if you do increase your refresh, you will have that full threshold for this session. I can see that Savin has indeed gone with, I would like an extra refresh, so your refresh is 4, your current is 4. That is fine. Fine. Add that there. Excellent. Close that for now. I'll just minimize it, toss it to the side. Pets, you already added a new stunt, I believe.
I just did, yes.
Because I am Canadian as fuck, I gain +2 to cleverly overcome a situation where I have to politely talk my way out of it. That sounds good to me. Stray, are you taking more fate, or are you adding in a stunt?
I guess I'll just take more fate.
Okay, then. Your refresh goes up to 4, your current is now 4.
Yay!
Let's see here. Popped your aspects in. Alright, so your high aspect is you see, Ivan, what you want I could get if the price is right. And your trouble is, I don't touch water, fish fucking it. Raksha is pure.
I mean, I doubt they have rakia. But beer will do.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of cheap, shitty Asian, like it's probably soy beer.
Meh.
Astro Bear.
like it used to be back home.
And getting it's Hong Kong. They import shit from all over the world. You could probably find rakia.
You can probably find rakia, but it's probably not made of what you would hope it to be made of. It's mostly horse urine these days.
It's fine. Wait. But rakia is white and pure like vodka.
Sure.
This is
God, that's
rakia.
What is it?
It is energy drink, red wine, whiskey, and sake. And the painkiller.
So, what are you deciding to call this concoction you've made?
We're all gonna die one day.
No one makes it out alive? Ugh. Gross.
So yes, now you need 3 more aspects about your character.
Oh, perfect.
If you could pop those in. I see you've already got a stat line in there. 320211. Alright. Excellent. Now then, whilst the remainder of this is being inserted, how would you guys like to inject more things into the world for this session?
I don't fucking know.
Well,
Yeah, don't all jump in at fucking once.
I was busy typing something. Hang on.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm probably gonna start out the session by using my my third stunt here to conjure up a contact, because if I recall correctly, the thing we stole was some sort of AI killer virus.
That's right. You happen to have the prototype for actually using it. What you have stolen is the key. Think, you know, you're the locking on the nuke switch, and now you realize what it is that you'd previously stolen.
Hmm.
Not only that, you have, you know, whatever leftover gunk is in your head rattling around from, you know, being jacked into it in the first place.
Yeah, luckily, all I took was stress in that encounter, so I don't have any lingering consequences.
Correct.
So eventually I managed to get rid of all that nasty, nasty black ice.
Yep.
Nobody but me gets to live in my head.
Okay, then. Indeed, if you would like to conjure up a contact. Who's your contact, Savin?
I think my contact is an AI that possibly by accident, but probably on purpose, let loose into the deep web during a different unrelated heist. And I want them to come to meet me somewhere so I can show this virus to them and see if they can conjure up a countermeasure.
Okay. There is a free AI in the deep web, known by Tierna over the previous job. What's this AI's name?
Corona.
They like shitty bear. And Maz is correct. I'm just trying to be drunk. Don't worry, I didn't use much of the nice whiskey. I just did a splash to throw some
You
like
put
strength
the
in it.
nice whiskey in there. You're a monster.
Like half a shot.
It's like when I came back over to my buddy's house and it turns out he was using $70 whiskey and like it was Jack and Coke.
Oh no!
It's like, I bought that specifically so we'd have something good to drink, and you're literally crushing my heart.
Some people have no taste.
What I'm trying to do is strip mine my taste buds. Okay.
Ugh.
Way ahead
So-
of you.
Alright then. There is some more information about this world that I'm gonna need from you guys, and you can all join in. Now, previous to this, in the first session, it was mentioned that your Mr. Johnson actually seemed to work for Tamnokia. They were trying to commit some inter-business espionage. Where did this person agree to meet you after the job was done?
A different hotel now.
Just the same hotel. They'll never suspect it.
That'd be fucking typical. What if it's like a bass thumping like techno nightclub? Like the kind of place future Skrillex would hang out. Fucking dive as hell.
I love it.
The group is meant to trade off the goods at a bass-thumping techno nightclub where Neon Skrillex under the Funky Bunch play.
That sounds appropriately cyberpunk. Yeah, I dig it. Neon, Skrillex, and the Funky Bunch.
Of course, Funky
Oh,
is
God.
spelt with backwards character N, and there's a one capital letter in the entire thing, and it's the U in Bunch.
Oh god.
Delightful.
It's all that good shit. Okay then. Let us see here. I believe that's all the details that I need to insert into this world, although if you would like to make other random bullshit happen, now would be the time to do so.
Do we have a
Alright.
car?
I have
There's
a
a-
car.
Yeah. Indeed, your driver is due to arrive and pick you guys up.
Excellent.
At
Okay,
the end of the
Snippy is
job.
responsible for the crime van. Gotcha.
Correct.
And Snippy is also drunk, so it will be completely fine.
So, like a cross between Mad Murdoch and nope, lost the plot. Sorry.
It's
Not
fine.
what
Okay,
it is.
so let
Totally
us see
forgot
your
the
let us
character.
see your other aspects. This situation is fine. Nothing wrong. What do you mean I am on fire? It's an interesting aspect. Never trust computer. Every AI is psychopath. And whatever it is, babushka, do it better. Interesting aspects. Don't know how you're going to play them off, but all right.
Let's see.
Oh god, Hedra, you're a monster.
Hedra send you a thing?
No, she's putting Pepsi in a delicious, delicious whiskey. Devil.
Yeah, I think she might have actually just killed Mercendi.
Possibly, but at the same time, I mean, she has the money and the power. Alright, now then, your stunts, Snippy. You can have 3 stunts normally. A stunt is something that can give you a bonus, or it can achieve a once per session thing. For example, because Tierna is a master safecracker, she gets a +2 bonus to cleverly overcome obstacles when trying to defeat security systems. So it is, I will write the layout for how this goes. Because blank, I get a +2 bonus to approaches, overcome, defend, attack, when doing blank. That's effectively how you perform a stunt with a bonus. Or you can have a once per session action, for instance. Because I've spent so long living in the shadows, once per session, I can conjure up a contact that owes me a favor.
What is that?
You see the stunt section right below your aspects?
Yes, it seems completely blank.
It is.
Oh, there we go.
I
That
put an
means-
example in for him. So that is the
Right.
layout of it.
I'll get right on that.
That is good. You can, by the way, choose to have more than 3 stunts, but for every extra stunt you take, you lose a fate point that you will refresh each session.
Now, does Snippy have 4 like the rest of us, or does he start with 3?
He starts with 3. I mean, you guys don't all get 4. Only people who, didn't take a 4th stunt get 4.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, no.
I didn't
Came
even
in late.
XP.
He does not have any extra.
Get penalized, scrub.
Get penal.
Give me some more pain.
I was about to make a panel joke, but alright.
It is where he hides the weapons.
Parts of them.
And straight stuff checking your sheet. Good idea, good idea. I've nearly finished this drink, which means I'm feeling a lot better about myself today.
It's the painkiller.
Just the magical effect of liquor.
Painkiller.
They're not strong enough to do anything, it's just to stop a headache.
Oh god.
God, the bottom of that was foul.
The entire thing was foul.
That one, but that last mouthful was next level foul, because also it's had a chance to become less ice cold.
Ugh.
I believe this would be similar to how the taste of a car battery would be described. Mm.
You know what? Next time you're just rather than just getting one bottle of something, I'm just gonna do bourbon,
bottle of Windex.
sweet vermouth, and bitters. That way, literally every part of it is alcoholic, and you can make an actual cocktail that exists rather than trying to kill yourself.
Yeah, I won't say no to mixers.
Literally my favorite drink, and
Yeah,
it's,
Manhattans
every
are
single
great.
part of it is alcoholic, so it's pretty good.
Not all bitters are alcoholic, but most of them are.
Angostura is what you use in Manhattans.
Yeah.
You can use brandy, but I don't really like brandy in my Manhattans. I prefer bourbon.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't drink Manhattans often enough to have an actual preference for them. I haven't tasted the whole gambit of them with enough regularity to say I specifically like a type of Manhattan.
Yeah, what the Manhattans in New England were all in the north were all with brandy, and the ones in the south were all with bourbon, as you would expect.
Yeah, in the land of bourbon. I figure they're not going to go with the brandy.
Yep, and that was the one that came to California.
Alright, while Snippy finishes his stunts, I'm going to pour myself a glass of, actually tasty neat, instead of a get my brain fuzzy blend. At the same time, I guess you guys probably grab snacks, go pee, whatever. And then we will return to, no doubt, Snippy successfully completing all 3 of his stunts, and then we can get going. There we go. I shall no longer be stone cold sober. What a
God.
horrible hell it was. Alright, let's see here. Because I have been driving for so long in so many different roads, I get a +2 bonus to... Okay, you've got overcome in there. You have to pick an approach, so I would assume +2 bonus to carefully overcome debris. Or devils? What is... To what? Pardon, sorry?
Possibly, I think. No,
Well,
careful.
or you could do flashy.
How do you use one drive? What would I use to...
Depends how you drive. Considering you've got 3 in your careful
Forcefully.
block, I'm gonna... Okay, alright, that's fine, yeah, sure. +2 bonus to forcefully overcome.
Just
Whatever that
smash
word is.
through.
I don't know what
the-
devil is.
It's the
so
Beal.
Debil? I don't know what that is.
You don't have to, it's fine. Don't worry
No,
about
I do, I'm the DM. I don't know what your fucking stunt does.
it. No, it's just an insult.
Okay.
So the BJ Baracus approach rather than the Need for Speed approach to driving.
I mean,
Drive through it.
there have been Need for Speeds and you just have to run people off the road.
Makes sense.
Sometimes, you just have to run some son of a bitch.
Fair enough.
Who the fuck is gonna chase after you after they realize that you will murder them with your vehicle?
Altogether too true. So yeah, that's stunt number 1. What kind of other stunts do you want?
Can I use as a stunt the fact that I might have smuggled some military hardware into the country?
You could probably try to play that into a stunt. What would you want it to do?
Once per session, you can pull out a useful item
Yes.
or weapon.
Sure, so if you would like me to type it in. Any useful objects.
See, I made one for you, Snippy. You're good.
Stunt 3 all the way up the butt. I gain a +2 to cleverly hide contraband on my body. You misspelled
Yeah.
in.
We have children for that.
Jesus!
It's
What?
true, they are really good drug mules.
I do not understand what is problem. Would you rather have it up your ass, perhaps?
Yes.
You know what? There might be future for you in Bulgaria. Let me sign you up. I have a person there. Good friend of mine.
I can't tell if you're talking in or out of character anymore, and that's scary.
I don't think it matters anymore.
There you go. So, because you've been driving for so long in so many different roads, you get a +2 bonus to forcefully overcome debiles that try to catch up to me on the road when driving mostly sober. And because I have smuggled so many useful objects, once per session I can pull out the answer to a situation, bad or good.
Oh, this seems promising.
And then
Is
you
the
need
answer
to
always
throw.
alcohol?
Who
Actually,
knows?
yes. Let's make the third one focus on the alcoholism.
Okay,
I
sure.
want to get a +2 to forcefully overcome drinking challenges. Yes.
Sure, 3.
Yes.
Because I have the liver of a Slavic madman, I get a +2 bonus to forcefully overcome the effects of alcohol. There you
Yes.
go. There you
This
go.
is the best.
Alright.
Perfect. I think I'm done. Hell no.
Sure.
Right, you're
Now,
the best.
besides having an asshole loaded with whatever else it is, what is your typical gear? What do you have on your person? You can see there's a section there called extras, where you might want to mention useful things that you have. For instance, Tierna's polychrome quarterstaff with bells and whistles.
Perfect.
It's like an extra object that she holds.
It seems like remarkably unstealthy. I love it.
I mean, it whips out and folds out in that cool classic way.
Yeah, it's great. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Of course.
It is
Everything
yeah,
is
good old polychrome. Is a substance that now exists, visually shiny but invisible on detectors.
Ah, that means I could have a polychrome pistol.
Yes, you could, if you would like to say that you own a polychrome pistol. That would be the place to put it in extras.
Huh, I didn't fill that out when I was drunk.
Yeah, it's hard
Oops.
to do. To be fair, I don't think you carry anything. You're just the suit you're poured into.
Oh yeah, that is true, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't carry things to have as extras.
All I have is a sufficiently advanced science. I do it because that, and I only have one actual magical ability.
Hooray.
Yeah, the invisibility one.
It's a good ability. It's a spot.
Provided that no one can, dispel magic.
Not a common concept around here. And so then, with all of that well and in place, we can resume with the action. Where last we left off, Tierna had made it to the other side of the street, the top of a building, after having leapt from the balcony and ridden a cable down into the midsection of a rising block of apartments. Miss Caribou is being escorted to the bottom of the hotel, where she can be taken to security and questioned. And Sophie has hidden back in the room where she was previously slooting it up with a Japanese businessman. At the same time, a little alarm goes off on the dashboard of Alexandru Idriovitz's vehicle. What do you drive, by the way, as your getaway van?
A van. It has to be a van.
A van?
I don't give a shit about vans.
Alright.
Make it.
Is the van special in any way, or is it literally just a van?
The white
Bulletproof.
windowless.
Let's go with bulletproof. I want this son of a bitch to be able to ram through police barricades and go over, fucking the spikes that they put on the road without tires completely bursting. Reinforced tires on the hull.
Sure. World notes. The getaway driver owns a Mad Max level minivan.
The getaway driver? What?
Yes.
I mean, that's what Snippy effectively is. He's your
Yes.
he's your wheelman.
Oh,
Yes, the getaway driver.
The getaway driver.
Yes, that was the joke.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Took a moment. And okay. And now I'm going to, give out those delightful, delightful gifts. Some snacks. Some fate snacks.
Snacks.
Fate snacks. Alright, I'm going to take my pool. There are 4 players. I get 4 fate snacks. Very exciting. I can't remember what There Is a Crack in the Shell was for, but I believe that was previous when you were still going in, when you were dealing with the hotel itself. I believe it has timed
I think it was
out.
to the black ice.
That sounds about correct, which you overcome in the end without needing to spend the advantage. I'm going to create an advantage for you right now. Driver
Alex.
is on his way. It's an advantage that there is a free spend of sat on it. And then I'm going to create one for me. We have the moose.
Excuse me, I'm a reindeer.
We have the caribou.
Thank you.
And we know who you are.
No.
Well, Gekka-senpai do indeed know who you are. They noticed you before.
Well, Tam no Kia doesn't, so...
Tam no Kia does not, but indeed,
Okay.
that advantage is not for Tam no Kia. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm so sorry I rolled so well for Gecko Senpai.
Yep. Sometimes you're just noticed.
Yeah, god damn it. God damn it.
It's
Okay.
okay. You'll be fine. Gonna be fine.
Alright then. So, Miss Caribou, you are being escorted down the stairs. You are far too big for the actual elevators in this building.
Yep.
Do you do anything on the journey down to security? You can probably hear in like a little Dead Space earpiece that your other companions have sequestered themselves away.
I'm just gonna be polite and go with them.
Okay, excellent. At the same time, the wheelman, who I will grab the little token out here for, if you will give me a moment. Where'd you go? There we are.
Can I roll to endear them to myself?
Yes, if you would like to try and win them over in some fashion, you are welcome to do so.
I'd like to try and cleverly win them over with words.
Okay. So yes, you're making some polite conversation with the security guards. They're definitely on edge about the whole ordeal, what with the fact that you're quite well armed and there's just very recently been an assault/fire.
Mm.
But let us see here. You are welcome to make a roll.
Well. Straight pluses.
Straight pluses. It actually turns into 7 with your bonus. Wow. That's incredibly good. So, I suppose I should explain fate dice to you. There are 6-sided dice in this game. There is a code for rolling them. It is, 1d f plus, and then whatever your modifier might be. Although it's also already there in the sheet. F means fate dice. It's a code that's already in. There are 3 types of results you can get on it. Either a negative, a positive, or a neutral result, aka -1, +1, or 0. There you go. You can see you got 2 zeros there. The most common result on a fate dice is a 0.
It's good.
Your modifiers aren't extra dice, they are flat numbers, so most commonly, you're going to be looking at 4df every time an actual test comes up. Excellent. And the results will be either challenged by whoever you're rolling against, which, I mean, I'm going to try anyway for these thugs. But they have basically no bonuses. They have 4df +1 as well, but they don't have any kind of aspect related to this. And I'm probably not going to roll... I don't roll straight pluses. Indeed, I roll fucking even. It's impossible for me to make up the value of 7, even if I spent all my fate snacks pointlessly. So, yeah, you're going to be reducing the difficulty of further tests with these guys by building up a rapport with them on the long walk down to the security station.
Ask about the wife and kids and whatnot.
Yeah, and I take it that you're painting yourself as an innocent in this whole matter.
Of course.
Okay.
She is innocent.
Totally.
To be fair, all I did was knock out a guard. I don't tell them that, of course, but that's all I did.
It's true. You only knocked out a guard by feeding him NyQuil and then kick him in the dick when he didn't go down the first time.
I didn't
Wait, no,
kick him in the dick.
you rolled to peer pressure. You rolled to chug, didn't you?
That was straight, but yes.
Wait, what? What did I do?
You rolled
you
peer
pressure.
Peer pressure him, yeah.
The security guard into drinking, to date raping himself.
I don't remember any of this.
I know. But you did do that.
Neat.
You're gonna want to watch that again. That was fun.
I can never watch back a thing like that. I hate hearing my own voice at the best of times.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason right now I'm hankering for marzipan. Totally strange aside there.
I forget what that is. I think it's something sweet.
Yes,
Candy.
almond.
Ugh.
Yum yum yum. I could eat a whole fucking brick of marzipan because I'm a monster.
I thought you got a new character art, Savin.
Oh, no, I'm not actually going to use that.
Ow.
Effort. But yes, okay. Eventually you make it down to security. While Miss Caribou is being escorted down into the main depths of the hotel. Sophie, what do? You have an amorous Japanese businessman to deal with. Okay, you take him for round 2. Fair enough. Let us see how well you distract this individual. If you would like to, however it is you roll.
Yeah, sure. The approaches flashy. Oops, that's a 3.
That's a 3. Okay.
It doesn't give me a modifier on the approaches thing anymore.
Yes, no, we had that talk. I don't know why it doesn't
We
do
did?
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't know why it doesn't do that. We just keep the numbers in mind instead. Okay, so you're going for round 2. Tierna. You have on your person a very dangerous tool. There are probably security guards trying to, get into this building you've escaped to in order to try and hunt you down.
Yeah, so as I am like leapfrogging over to another building, just, I wait for them to get like halfway up this building and then I ditch into another building.
Sure thing.
So they don't know which one I went to. Yeah. And as I'm doing so, I'm going to like tap my ear to trigger the comms, and yeah, I'm gonna try and hook up with Corona.
Okay. It takes a bit of time to get a message back from someone who is, nestled deep in the deep web, such as it were. But your ping goes out, and you can see that it has like a sending notification on it whilst you're in process. It's probably going to take a little bit before they can get back to you immediately. Would you like to roll me 40F, please?
Sure.
Yeah. It's not going to take massively fucking long, apparently.
That's
Probably
the
just
best
a
I've
couple of
ever
minutes. Yeah, just a couple of minutes is all it'll take for Corona to get a response to you. At the same time, your getaway driver is turning up in the Mad Max van. Presumably it's not immediately, like, in front of the hotel. Where are you parking, Snippy?
What is the closest dark alleyway I can find?
You'd be hard-pressed to find an alleyway you could squeeze a van into. There are plenty of, like, just streets or maybe, like, pavements you could curb up onto instead.
2 blocks away. 2 blocks away
Okay.
from the hotel. Probably
All
go
right.
get something to eat while this is happening.
Sure, there is a couple of like outside carts selling street meats at 3 a.m. to drunken businessmen.
Perfect. I will proceed to take care of that.
Sure, you are able to receive hot dogs of dubiousness. It's unlikely they even have any meat in them at all, but they look like hot dogs, smell like hot dogs, and well, they look and they smell like hot dogs, so it's a start.
It's not as good as Babuska used to make it, but it is edible.
No, Snippy, no. Remember the last time we were in one of these games and we, one of our party members got something that looked like alcohol, that looked like sausages? It was people.
It's fine.
Oh no,
eat
because people are meat,
for
so there's no way
breakfast.
it's people this time.
I eat people for breakfast.
You wish people is
Oh,
expensive.
right. Cyberpunk, Soylent Green. Never mind.
You kidding? That stuff is actually made of meat. That's expensive. No, you should be so lucky.
Instead, we
Oh,
just
okay.
get
Keep it on the
Soylent.
screen. Yeah, you just get soy, I'm afraid. You get a soy dog. Everything is soy. It's the only way to actually
It's
survive.
already eaten.
Yep.
3
It's
bites.
soy and it's rice, and that's all you get. Oh yeah, it's a brick of dandruff.
Have a little walkabout, see where the person I'm supposed to contact is. Do I know what they look like?
You know your companions, actually. You've probably been with them on a job before.
And I remember them through the drunkenness. That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, you probably paid like twice, perhaps. Also, while Tierna is making it from building to building, she stubs her toe and takes a light stress.
Yeah.
No.
Salient to green. Ugh.
Turning up any second now.
Yeah. And presumably at the same time as Tierna comes like crashing down to the arranged pickup point 2 blocks away, Sophie is finishing up round 2. Is getting a message from the AI, but first, Miss Caribou.
Yeah.
You are now in a security office. It's well guarded, and they would like to look through your bags and belongings to make sure, indeed, that you don't have anything exceptionally dubious on your person.
It's the future. I'm sure you have permits for all those guns.
Yeah, I probably do.
You wish you have a permit for all of the things. You have a rocket launcher!
Oh, she has a... Never mind. I just thought she had, like, an assault rifle.
No, she has a rocket launcher.
How do you have a rocket launcher on, like, stowed away on your person? Is it just like
It's a
hanging
saddlebag.
on the side in a saddlebag?
Yeah. She has side-mounted saddlebags
Oh my
both
god,
sides.
that's adorable.
Yes. That's why I did it, Savin.
Alright, fair enough.
Yep. My saddlebags hold everything from duct tape to weaponry as an aspect, and then she has a stunt. Once per session, I can pull out my rocket launcher and succeed a flashy attack with a big explosion.
For some reason, I thought she just had an underslung grenade launcher, not a full-on rocket launcher.
No,
My god.
she has a legit rocket launcher.
Alright,
luck
so that's
explaining
gonna be
that.
slightly harder to Canadian.
I just have that. I don't use it.
I'm
That
sure
is
it's gonna
super good
pass in
with-
court.
I can't think of anything better.
Okay. Alright, fine. Let's see here. I'm gonna make a test for the guards to look you over, and I can actually use one of their fucking aspects.
Stray.
A shirt launcher. I'm like, oh no, this is just a t-shirt bazooka. Let's see here. Being fired would suck. They're going to apply due diligence to this. So I might call that in with a fate snick if I roll like ass again. 40F plus 2 for searching no down. Oh, god damn it. Okay. So I mean, they're going to start going through your saddlebags. Would you like to make that, no doubt, incredibly easy test for you to cleverly talk them out of, like, rummaging too deeply?
Yeah.
Go ahead. And we'll see, maybe I can... Ooh, I know it's a 4, so even if I spend a fate snack, I can't take it there. Then again, I could...
Pheromones. What?
Pheromones, yeah, of course. Moose Tour powers. Then again, I could spend a fate snack, and also they could receive a very timely phone call with information about your crew.
Oh no.
Indeed, while they're looking you over, it seems... Just going to remove this fate snack. And then I'm going to remove this fate snack. Because while they're looking you over, and you're about to talk them out of going into your other bag, like, oh, please, come on now, I haven't done anything, and I just want to help, but I'm sure you don't want to waste your time with all of this. A phone call happens, and one of the security guard answers it, and he receives a very troubling report. He steps away to a little hollow display, and pulls out his jack tablet, and then immediately pulls up an image. And enters an image of you blowing up a building with a rocket launcher.
I can explain. I can't explain help.
I mean,
Good luck.
surely there's stuff in the future. Well, I mean, there's stuff in the United... Was it blowing up someone or just blowing up something?
It was blowing up a building, but it was a building owned by a corporation, because every
It was
building is owned
scheduled
by
for
someone.
demolition.
I mean, there are places in the United States where you can pay to shoot a bazooka.
Yeah, no. Okay, so that may and well be something, but there is no doubt context to the image of you blowing up a building that they have received. And the guard will tap the pad and go, "This is very alarming and disappointing, Miss Caribou. It seems that a admittedly rival corporation has you pegged for performing some acts of company-based espionage. I have reasons to believe that you're part of an outfit responsible for an attempt of a similar nature on our building today."
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, would you?
Help.
No, you're on your own here.
Oh, great.
Delightful.
Kill him, wear his face, and then go back to his family and see how long it takes for them to realize you're a moose.
What the hell?
Okay. So, Tierna, at the same time as this moment occurs, you're no doubt approaching Alex's van after having just dropped down into view, essentially.
Crunch.
Thump. Ow, I'm okay, and then up you get.
Just bounce back, because I'm a cat. Just land on all fours.
Yep, no problem. Easy peasy.
Applaud at this amazing landing.
Alright, she'll give you a thumbs up and then swing up into the other front seat and say, "Alright, where is everyone?"
I was about to ask you that. Where is everyone?
Sophie right now is probably slipping her clothing back on again, and the Japanese businessman is asleep.
Just wrapping up.
Okay.
I saw them, I already forgot when, Charlotte downstairs, though. I assume she's gonna just talk her way out of it. She's Canadian, after all.
What happens if she gets arrested?
Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak?
Good. Good. I cannot see this going wrong in any way. That reminds me of the time me and Ivan got... Actually, no, this is not the time for the story.
So, where's the security office in this building?
The security office is on the ground floor, opposite to the bar.
Well, they haven't seen me yet.
Correct.
I don't know
You
what
are
to
the only
guess.
person technically unrumbled in any way. If I were to draw you the layout of this hotel, that way to the restaurant, that way to security, and this is the doorway out of the building. There are lifts right here, and the stairs go up that way. You're a bunch of floors up. If you were to descend via the stairs, you'd be next to the restaurant/bar and able to look at the security across the foyer.
All
There's
right.
also a little reception desk that's just sort of perched there on the side.
This should be easy. Police around here don't have AFVs like back in my country.
Well, these aren't police, these are corporate soldiers.
Even better. Are they allowed to have AFVs?
They're allowed to have whatever their boss buys them,
Oh, lovely.
I assume. Anyways. We could be, ridiculously simple on this, and I could just pull the fire alarm.
I mean, yeah, that'd probably work.
I'm for it.
And,
I mean,
you
there
know,
were
the security guards
gunshots and
going,
everything, so...
what are you for there, sorry, Miss Caribou?
I was just saying.
Okay. Well, this is
Staying
a
at the hotel?
consideration. This is a consideration they're making in character. Yeah, to describe your situation a little bit more, the security room you're in, you're attended by 3 guards. One is holding the information that you are part of a effectively Shadowrunner group. There is another one who is sat on a desk watching you, and there is another one in the room who's only like vaguely paying attention, but mostly is trying to coordinate with the rest of the Kia security.
Okay then. I am currently outnumbered.
You are outnumbered. In such situations, and it comes to blows, you are talented.
You do have.
I could forcefully make my way up and bolt.
I could always just pull this like handy fire alarm that I'm amazed didn't go off when I burned down a door.
Well, I mean, you did it to the penthouse, which is on its own own little grid.
Well, it is not exactly uncommon for people to turn off those alarms to smoke.
Yeah. Well, to hear it's your van.
Ah, yes, of course, that one.
The mystery. Oh, it's not the mystery machine.
No, it is not.
0
the
out of
mystery.
10.
Nope. It's the
Oh,
Mad
come
Max
on,
ice cream
it's-
truck. Everyone's favorite truck.
We're not Scoobies, we're heisters.
Yeah, we're the payday gang. Come on. Got a crime van and everything.
I don't know what the payday gang is.
You ever played the
From
Payday games?
The payday. Oh, the game Savin used to stream. No, I have not. I have it though.
It's a good game. Yeah, alright then. So, Sophie, you are able to make your way to just another fire alarm, and you can pull the handle on it. Roll me 40F.
Oh.
No, that's fine. You wanted it to be a shitter result as possible.
Really?
Yes, because I mean it's not. In a lot of cases, when you perform an action, I'm not going to be the one to actually roll how the rest of the world reacts. For instance, if you rolled particularly highly, sure, the fire alarm would go off. It would immediately be suppressed by security, and they'll be like, "It was this alarm that went off here," and then they send guards up to you immediately. On this occasion, they are caught off guard, and they are surprised and worried that perhaps the fire has spread, even though they thought they had suppressed it upstairs. And there is a bit of a panic.
They were too busy dealing with the reindeer tar in the basement.
Not basement, ground floor.
Well, ground floor, I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you were outnumbered 3-1. You were still outnumbered, but now by only 2-1 as another security guard heads outside to grab a bunch more to head back upstairs to where the penthouse is to deal with that fire.
Huh. Okay then.
Things are getting loud and getting real, Sophie. Other doors and like hotel rooms are starting to open up with like very groggy, tired, and unhappy-looking individuals clambering out who don't happen to stay up until 3 to 4 in the morning getting shit-faced, like responsible people do. Are you going to leave the hotel at all?
Who are you talking to me? Sorry, I thought you
Yes.
were still talking to Winter.
No.
Okay.
I've included it with Sophie.
Oh. Maybe my music shouldn't be that loud then. All right. Yeah. Just do the whole the same thing that any other civilian would do. Flustered, panicky, tries to make it outside.
Excellent. So yeah, Tierna, you're probably aware of this situation as it develops.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time as, Alex makes his way towards the hotel to, just scoop him up off the door, you get a ping back, a message from Corona.
Oh yeah, I open comms.
Greetings, Tierna. It has been 1 week and 3 days since last we spoke. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Corona, pleasure as always. Listen, I found something dangerous, something I think you're going to want to have a look at.
I do not know why I am filled with such a concept of existential dread when you use the words dangerous and interested in the same statement, but you have piqued my curiosity. What is it that you have acquired?
It's... Which company did we get this from? It was, Gecko Senpai?
The prototype that you originally stole was from Gecko Senpai. The key belonged to them, although you got it from a Nokia Corp hotel penthouse.
Okay. Okay, I will... Oh, I remember that little van icons.
Yes, you do.
I just saw that. Alright. Poor Jesus. He tried. We looted something from Gecko Senpai Corporation. It's... Well, the only way I can describe it is some sort of AI killer.
Oh, how delightful that you have chosen to include me in such a matter.
Yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of it.
Well, as long as it's just a kick out of it, I don't want to be deleted.
Yes, we have a key file that's separate from the prototype. Hopefully they won't be able to be used without one another. So, as long as we keep them separate, you should be fine.
Hopefully, and should be. Your lack of actual confirmation is as wonderful as always. I suppose that we should arrange some kind of meeting.
Yeah, that would be good.
Very well then. I will open up a lobby lounge. Next time you are able to make a connection to the web in VR, please do come and stop by with this information. I'm going to assume that due to its dangerous nature, it is not safe to be plugged in and bringing the files with you.
Probably not, but, well, I trust you. You're free to hijack my eyes for a bit.
How wonderful. I do always appreciate narrowing my scope of view to look into things such as this, but very well. And yeah, the message will close. There is just a, 6-number hash key for what is effectively just a chat room that you could plug yourself into. From where you are, though, it's kind of hard to, push yourself out into VR just from your own brain.
Yeah.
You're probably going to need some kind of tool.
Yeah, I'll just, gotta get back to the safe house where I can get up.
Excellent. Alright then. Sophie is able to traverse the hotel. I'm going to put you guys in a little bit of an order here. I'm just going to delete that again, won't need it. So, this here is the action order, as you can see it. I'm going to make my player color a nice, bright, obvious yellow as well. There we go. So, first of all, your first action here, I'm going to assume as the van, is to approach the hotel. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Next up, Sophie. Currently you're at the midway point of the hotel. You're surrounded by people, and the elevator has locked itself down. You're going to take the stairs.
Oh no, not the stairs.
Yeah, I know. Would you like to make a test for traversing the crowd quickly? Because there is a getaway van on its way to pick you up.
Sure. Would that be clever or quick? Probably quick, right?
Yeah. We'll say, hey, Savin, make me a mod in your chat. I need to kick some.
Oh. Okay.
What?
They made a do you know Tori check. I was just like, oh, 1 second, I need to
Wait,
I
what?
need to fix
What?
some, I need to right some wrongs.
Oh, no, fuck off.
Misgod made it.
Not even a gentle tickle with a mute button.
No.
You cannot appreciate art.
Look,
Please don't kick me.
it's not Hig's fault you do not know the way.
1 second, I need to find a way to kick you out of Roll20 as well. Okay. Continuing on.
Just mark my next stress box.
Yep. Just soaking up meme-based injuries. And you know they're dangerous. You get that shit, it's like black ice on your headgear.
Oh god. Eventually I just shitpost so hard Tierna's brain comes out her nose.
Yep. Yeah, it turns your brain to goo quite literally. Yeah, how would you like to traverse then, Stray, if you would like to vaunt some kind of test to me and blag it?
Yeah, clever and sneaky are both, quick are both the same, you know, so I'll probably just try to, you know, quickly squeeze my way through the crowd.
Sure, give me a test.
Hopefully being faster than the other one. Do I have any bonuses to this? I do not. Nope.
Woohoo! Shit. Would you like to try pull some kind of aspect or advantage or anything like that?
I mean, I could just invoke my aspect Foxy Seductress. Just squeeze in with all these people. I need to go. I know. I don't know.
Sure. I mean so however you want to do it, really. If you can make an excuse for it, then I'm not gonna say no. If you want to start, you know, sucking up to the next biggest person using them as a snowplow, then sure.
That sounds fun.
Alright. If you would like to presumably you want to use it to reroll as opposed to buy your way into just a 1.
Do I want to take the chance? I guess. I'll just make it even worse.
Yes.
I got the exact same thing.
Oof. That's what I like to see. Bye-bye, fate point. You're now on 3.
I was just gonna get the 2, but then you talked me out of it, you monster.
Yep. That's what I like to do.
Oh well.
You monster.
Alright. And that is your turn. It's gonna be slow fucking goings, unless you want to spend more fate, actually, sorry. There is a free advantage. The driver is on his way. You might be able to finagle.
I'm not sure how that would work for just getting down the stairs faster.
I don't know. It's always, I want to make sure the option is there. If ever anyone thinks of a way could be used, but there we go. Alright. Charlotte, there are you and 2 guards. You can act at the same time. They're currently just waiting to see what you do effectively, so the onus is on yourself to pick the first movement. It'll all happen at once, regardless of what it is.
I'm gonna just attempt a bolt.
Alright, you're just gonna try and run the fuck out?
Yup.
Alright, make a test.
But are you running like, oh no, fuck it, it's the cops? Or are you running like, oh no, we need to get out of the building, it's on fire, and like trotting away?
Yeah, that's the question.
Fuck the police.
It's both really, but I'm gonna make it look like I'm gonna make it look more like the second one.
Alright, I'm gonna roll their sense bullshit. Okay, you got a beat of 2 on a clever test. This time is not Canadianly politing your way out, it's just lying outright.
Okay.
Why do I bother? Okay, yeah, the guards head out with you. And now the AI. Technically, it's the security going, not the bartender, but I just want to use its icons. It is going to try and get abreast of the situation. I'm going to make a test. In fact, no. Hey, pets. Roll me 40F.
Oh, great.
And I believe it's +2.
I see it how it is. Your dice aren't working, so you're gonna borrow Winter's. See? It worked.
Excellent. Okay. So on this
Using my
turn,
own good rolls against me.
correct. On this turn, the security AI is going to gather the information that this fire alarm was set off on a middle floor and nowhere near an actual fire, so it is very likely that shenanigans are occurring. And that will come into play in a moment. Let's see here. Getaway van, you're at the front of the hotel. What do? People are starting to like randomly pile out. The street's getting a little bit busy now as people are leaving the restaurant itself, the bar.
Well, I remember that there were fucking armed guards shooting at me, so I'm going to produce like a revolver or something from the glove compartment and just like have it in my lap ready to go.
You find a Mosin Nagant with a silencer. A Mosin revolver.
Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah,
The
sure.
Mosin
A silent
Nagant,
sniper
sorry.
rifle.
No, this is the model of 2040 Nagant revolver.
Yes, you find that Nagant.
No, you actually find just an old Nagant revolver because, believe it or not, they're still around even.
And of course, they're Nagants. They never ever break. You can't get
Wait,
rid
you
of them.
mean-
There's just no rifling in it at all. It basically is more like firing a blunderbuss these days.
I thought Snippy was talking about the Nagant that could be suppressed.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, yeah, the Nagant
Yeah,
revolver.
he is. He's talking about Nagant revolver.
Yeah.
There is a suppressed revolver.
It's
Yeah,
fine,
no,
just-
it's still the same one from the 19 whatever this it is.
The
1895.
18.
1800s? Shit.
Fucking thing's been around forever.
It's the Nokia phone of guns, eh?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
No, not really. There's ones who have been in use for longer. It's just one of the ones
Sure.
who's also just as
Alright,
old.
you
You're talking
fucking
about
reel it back in, gun nerds. Getting on with the actual things. You pull out a Chrome Tech level. It's actually just a future Nagant. There you go. Fine, whatever. Fires little spin discs that'll really fuck someone up if they hit them.
Fires flechettes. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh god, what have you done?
Only the best.
Whatever, fucking gun nerd, shut up. Alright, so you're readying weapons for when things get
Yeah,
bad?
and ready to provide covering fire.
Sure, how does Alex prepare himself, actually, before I swoosh you down?
Oh my god. Oh, did you kill anyone on the way out?
I didn't.
That is very promising. Let's see. Gonna grab. Oh wait, no, someone else has my gun. Guess I just crack my knuckles and lay back and wait until the rest of the crew comes here because I'm the driver. I'm not moving unless anyone else tells me to. Maybe open
Alright.
the radio, listen to some music.
Sure, okay then.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, are we waiting?
I might have killed a man's liver.
Yeah,
What
no,
is
that
the
guy,
plan?
that guy you got to just like drink poison twice. Is gonna have a bad day. He's probably already having a bad day. Sophie, you are still trying to traverse the stairs, but it's taken a while. Like, you feel like you're not really making any progress at all through these people.
Well, let's see. Is it really taking that long? I wasn't like
Mhm.
up a lot of floors.
You were up about 4, but it is also, 3 to 4 in the morning. A fire alarm has gone off. People are piling out, confused. Like, you're being held up. Some people, tried the lifts originally, but none of them are in motion.
All right. What level am I on right now?
Fourth floor.
I'm still on the 4th floor. Jesus. All
You're
right.
like you're like reaching the edge of the stairs, but you got stopped by some people who are out of their rooms faster, and then there are just people backing the way up. Some are going up to their rooms to grab shit instead, like the real assholes during a fire who do the opposite that they're supposed to do because they want their stuff more than they give a fuck about burning to death.
All right.
Either it's like convention
People's heads.
season and everyone's like, it's a scam.
So can I the stairs are usually on like the sides of the building. Can I like peek out into the hallway and look for a window?
At the end of the hall, like in either direction, is indeed a window. I mean, they're shuttered, so you might have to bust it open or like pick a lock to get it up.
I don't think Sophie has a problem getting things to get it up.
It's true.
So yeah, like this is your window, and then it's got like the sideways like safety shutters in place, so that they don't get broken by casually drunk patrons. But there's probably a locking mechanism that you can use to like, open it.
Yeah, and I have techno magic anyways.
Sure, we'll make a test to pick a window lock instead.
Yeah. As I approach it, I'd basically like to Jedi mind trick it. Of course, what it's actually using is like the Dead Space gravity manipulator things, but no one has to know that.
Sure. Yeah, make a roll for whatever that is, and the AI security will try to oppose you.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty much, whenever she uses
Woo, baby!
That's unpleasant.
Wow.
Can I even get that high, is the question.
That is hacking defense, plus it has a stunt in a state of alarm. I am extra efficient on to defend myself against attacks electronically.
I think the literal highest I can get, even invoking an aspect, would be a 5. So...
Is that a 5 bonus, or including, like, rolling straight 4s?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? I don't actually remember how this game rolls dice. For every 1 point, how many does it roll?
You just
No,
press
you
the
don't
button.
roll for every point. The numbers are straight flat modifiers. It's always 4 dice and then your modifiers.
And each
So you
die
can
may
have
come
a-
up as a plus, a null, or a negative.
Yep.
Yeah, so all of her spellcasting is flashy, so... The only flashy thing she doesn't do is Foxy's to pounds.
Sure, so I mean, you could roll straight 4 plus 3, that's 7, and then you would need a stunt or some kind of aspect to succeed.
Yeah, so we'll try. 4. I don't think I can, even invoking an aspect will take me to 6, right?
Yeah, no. You're just gonna have to soak this one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. As you sort of throw out your little charge Magoo, there is a shuttered siren noise that begins. No, not a siren, probably like one of those sharp security alarm beepers. You know how you get on little home secure with the blue flashy light stuck in the corner of the wall.
Yeah.
One of those probably goes off as you try to interact with this safety shutter during this fire alarm, as the security has only just realized that it's technically trying to, deal with shenanigans, as it discovered last turn. Yeah, the shutter doesn't go, and you've drawn attention to your floor.
Oh no.
And
I
now,
assume
Miss Caribou.
Yeah.
You are basically out in the foyer and ready to leave the front door. The security guards are watching you closely, but they are also leaving. However, then one of them gets a message. Little chirping happens. You can see him reach for an earpiece. Before turning to you, they're reaching into their jackets for their stun guns. What do you do?
At that point, I'm just gonna bolt out of the place, head for the van.
All right then. Would you like to make a quickie test?
I would.
Oh boy. What happened to your dice, bitch?
No.
Oh,
You took them.
I'm faster than most people on 2 legs. Can I add that +2 there to?
Yeah,
Create the
to
advantage.
create an +2 to create an advantage getting places quickly.
is this actually
Alright.
creating
What-
an advantage,
Yeah,
though?
what kind of advantage would you like to create? Because it might certainly help you against getting shot with stun guns. If you would like it, maybe perhaps an advantage that says, I am trying to get somewhere quickly, or I'm a
Yeah,
fast moving
pretty much. Yeah. I'm trying to get to that van
Fast-moving
quickly
mover.
as heck.
Yeah. Alright.
So, like, your advantage might be like, I've got momentum on my side or something.
Yeah. That looks good.
Alright, and it has 1 free fate snack. They are going to make an attack against you with stun guns. F+2. Would you like to defend yourself?
Yes, I would.
I'm gonna assume, since you're already running, you would like to be quickly dodging.
Sure.
Alright. I can't even use We Have the Caribou to turn that one into a hit. Alright, second guard. Give it a go. Alright. I'm gonna spend the advantage We Have the Caribou to take it up to a 4 and probably force you to use momentum to get out of it. But that's how that's probably gonna go down. I spend this.
Momentum is real.
Alright.
It was real. And then
It
you
was.
get stunned for a moment and slowed down considerably.
Well, I mean, I used We Have the Caribou to turn mine into a 4. What would you like
I'll
to do?
use momentum to turn that into a 6.
Alright, yeah, your defense of 6 beats me by 2 stages. Now, I believe it's at 3 stages that you get special effects, yes?
Yeah, you need to succeed by 3.
Yeah, alright. Yep, alright, so it is not a tie, you're actually going to get away from them and you don't get hit. Pull my fate's neck out of the way, spend that advantage. And although you're moving on their initiative, I'm just going to put a little space between them. You're approaching the car. And now, security. The security AI is going to alert remaining guards in the building that there is some fuckery occurring on the same floor as Sophie.
But the elevators are locked down and the...
Correct. So they're going to try and meet you partway up the stairs. Indeed, I'm going to put them on there. It's going to be a contested group after all. But that is all they can do this turn. So, car.
I turn on the radio.
The radio was already on. It was turned on by your companion.
And it is playing Slavic music. You
I
cannot
turn
change
it to
that.
something better.
Alright, roll me 40F.
Oh god.
Okay. You try and turn it away from Slavic music. The knob breaks off in your hands. It is now stuck on Slavic music, relatively close to maximum volume forever.
You're going to have to pay for that.
I just
That was my father's, you know. that
look
stole it from my
flatly
mother.
at you.
Ah, it was a great start. You should have been there.
Alright. Would you like to try and do anything like create an advantage for your companion piling into this van so you don't get shot while she does so?
Oh yeah, that's right. There is actually like stun guns.
There
going
are actually stun gun guards like starting to chase after her. She's now at this point charging out towards
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lean out of the window and plug one of the guards.
Alrighty.
Because I believe in escalation to quickly
Something
end
called love.
encounters.
Okay. Would you like to roll an attack? It sounds to me that you're being forceful here.
Yeah. I am just straight up like putting down rounds to Actually, you know what? No, I don't want to attack them. I want to put suppression fire down and create an advantage. Like, I'm not actually going to try and
That sounds
hit
flashy.
anybody.
Then you're trying to spook them.
All right.
You can flashily attack to
Well,
create an advantage.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I mean, they can try and not give you this advantage, but maybe I'll roll ass. They are the worst at shit like actually being fired on. And right as a bad, so yeah, there's gonna be an advantage.
yeah, cover and fire.
We'll put a Fate's Neck on that.
Obliette.
All right. And I'm also going to add another situation here that either myself or you guys can utilize.
Suppressing fire. With a revolver.
I think the next aspect is just gonna be, here come the cops.
I hate foyers. Why did it have to be foyers?
You're
God.
suppressing fire when there's so many civilians around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
what I want to do. I want to cause a panic so the guards can't fucking hit our caribou.
Yep.
Obliette.
Alright, Sophie, there are guards coming up the stairs towards you, and you need to get down somehow. The window you have attempted to force open the shutters on has failed you on this occasion. It's still a busy hallway, 3 floors between you and your destination, and an out-of-action lift. What now?
Well, it's just time to do that thing I did earlier with the door. I'm gonna swish my tails, crackle with energy, and send a bolt through. I tried to be nice with the window. I really did.
Are you going to try and destroy these shutters?
Yes.
Okay then, sounds like a forceful test to me.
Forceful, and there is 3.
Alright, I've got a flat. Where's your other +2 coming from?
I'm using my energetic weaponry.
And that is for a forceful?
This is for when I'm using energetic weaponry. This is yeah. This is
that's
energetic.
that's an aspect you're calling in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There is a cost implicit, but
Yeah. No, I was.
you probably wanted to wait and see how I. Never mind. You don't have to spend it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Damn. Look at this shit. Negatives and pluses.
Welcome
nothing.
to my world.
Alright, the shutter is blown. The
Giggity.
security guards have gained a floor towards you. And the fire alarm stops at the same time, as, you know, security probably wants to stop people from panicking about that whole ordeal so the security can reach you. But the window is blown.
Giggity.
Miss Caribou, you're being fired on. You're running towards a van. Would you like to make a test? Because you're going to get shot at some more.
Well, I'm gonna try to continue to quickly get to the van.
Alright then. I will take some shots at you. Two. Alright. More shots are fired, but you're going to reach the van.
Ah!
Let's see here. You know, if you invoke an advantage here, like that suppressing fire one, you can turn it into a really good success and change the situation for the better.
I don't know how.
As in, these guards would have a very hard time if they were afraid of all dying to bullets.
I know I would. Bullets are scary.
Yeah, I try to
Yeah, I
avoid
might as well
them.
do that, yeah.
I'm deadly allergic to being shot.
That's a very pretty little stubby.
Isn't it though?
What is this?
The little gun Tierna uses.
Hmm.
Oh,
On the
cute.
rare
It's
occasion she
n-
deigns to use a firearm.
It is an adorable little thing.
Can I have my nose?
It looks like it needs an extra finger on it. Like, that's gotta really fucking hurt the little finger. What I assume the caliber is itsy bitsy.
I mean, it's
That's
not meant to
probably,
be
like-
comfortable. It's meant to be very, very tiny.
It's probably like a 22 Magnum.
No, it's a 9mm.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a 9?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be damned.
It's actually pretty small.
It's a little 9mm bullet firing midget revolver.
Yeah.
Good job, Germany.
Anyway, yeah, I'll use the suppressing fire to make a new advantage.
Okay then. So suppressing fire is spent, and yeah, the situation's gonna go in your favor. I think these guards are going to duck for cover instead of try and start a fucking fight with you anymore. They're going to leave this portion of the encounter. You can escape onto the van.
And then the van needs to leave.
Now then,
Gonna
The
be
security.
down really quick.
nothing the security can do about it. And now in the van, you've probably been informed that Sophie has burst open a window and is going to be with you post-haste. There are some guards who have scrambled for cover, and you've got a reindeer opening your back door to clamber in.
I yell for Sophie to jump.
Hey, don't steal my thunder.
Until Sophie gets here, I'm gonna quickly reload my revolver.
Okay. Let's put it up here.
You hear glorious Slavic music upon entering the van.
Yep. It is loud. Loud.
Your
Slavic
eardrums are
music.
bleeding.
Alright, Sophie. The guards are a floor closer to the window you were at. Security has informed them that a shutter has been destroyed, though, and it seems that they've probably split into half to, like, you know, head back down towards you.
All right. I run towards the window, jump, twirl a bit in the air, and do the most cyberpunk thing it can do.
Hero landing?
I do that.
Let's have a look here. Ah, you're gonna Jensen the floor. Okay.
hmm Except, you know, the energy's like purple or something.
Yeah, of course. Alright. I take you're gonna spend fate to invoke sufficiently
Yep.
advanced science if this goes badly. Give me a... Let's see here.
I'm not trying to be sneaky about this. This is gonna look
No.
real cool, guys. I'm very deliberately making this look as cool as possible.
Sounds like someone's trying to finagle that flashy roll they happen to have waiting in the wings. Go for it.
I just really want this to be cool.
Yep,
You
go
don't.
on.
I want to be
That-
cool,
that's
you
fine.
guys.
I
then
do
for-
want to be
You
cool.
roll me a
5.
flashy. Let's see here. How much can I invoke? It's unlikely I'll be able to stop you. Well, let's see here how the situation's going to go. I'm just going to do a baseline 40F for your target number of just like, is shit going to be getting real or not? And there is no way for me to make it hard enough for you to fail. And that means you also succeeded a benefit of 3. The situation's going to improve for you drastically. Which I'm going to assume means you don't break your legs when you fall and no one notices you escape in the first place, apart from, like, random passers-by instead of security folks.
But how cool was it? Is the question.
I mean, it looks fucking
Rad
dope.
as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you beat the task by more than 3, so of course it looks fucking sweet as.
That's all I wanted to do for the last half an hour.
I'm
Alright.
sufficiently impressed.
I'm going to move this over here.
Guys,
You
we
are
are
at the end of the encounter.
we're now a AAA blockbuster. Congratulations. We finally
look
managed
already?
to push ourselves over the edge. Well, we finally managed to push ourselves over the edge. We'll probably get a sequel now.
Yay!
Oh god.
Let's see.
Love to do more with these characters after this game.
Could do. I need some tokens, just like a police car or some shit. Alright. So, now we have a getaway.
Put the baby into second gear and just punch it. I want to be out of here as fast as possible.
Okay. So,
You-
Of course I start with the second gear. What do you think I am? Some kind of pussy?
Just fucking fight your way immediately through first and hammer the accelerator so hard you just punch it a second. Take
It's
that,
not
clutch.
automatic. I drive a stick.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. And so you just fucking beat the shit out of your clutch, presumably.
Yes, it's fine. I changed it, I think, 2 years ago.
God, I'm trying to remember the last time I drove, and I did indeed try to start a car in second, and my driving instructor went, "You know, this will work if you just really hold down that accelerator." Like, but it's been snowing. I don't want to do that. So I just stalled it instead. I was like, I'd rather just stall than just plow myself into a lamppost.
We've all been there.
Have we?
So-
Most people don't drive.
Wheeled or hovering, Scow?
Wheeled.
Hmm?
The question in chat. What kind of badass cyberpunk car do you want? Wheeled or hovering?
I don't really need any.
Oh,
I can't be-
but
I
there's
can't be-
two really cool ones.
I can't be ass.
Fine.
You're being chased by, like, I don't know, basically, you hear, like, redneck chase music or some shit. That's a good, forceful drive right there, my friend. All
Plus
right,
2.
Plus 2? That's true,
Yeah.
you're trying to forcefully beast your way past them.
Plus fucking 2.
Alright. I'll give it a fucking go. Maybe I'll make it.
You almost definitely make it.
Yeah, plus... Oh, they don't have any driving abilities, am I kidding? It's a raw. So you beat him by 5. There's no driving encounter. You total their car on the way past as it skids off. It gets caught on one of those rising bollards and gets stuck there. You're afraid to drive away.
Fatu Malaka! Then Hard Bass starts playing in the background. As the disc moves, as you will go further into the wonderful Slavic sounds of disc number 5.
With the last bullet in the cylinder, Tierna just turns around and shoots the radio. Boom!
Romy 40F.
Yes.
And then she shoots herself in the knee.
Yet!
Ah, no, oh, I thought it was minus for some crazy moment. Alright, yeah, the music ends. I thought it was like, you've destroyed the radio, there's no way to stop this thing from playing music ever. But no, alright, it shuts down. With one last, you swear you hear a suka bliet on the wind.
Suck a blit! What is wrong with you, woman?
I hate that song.
Well, you could have just told me to turn it down. Or unplug it. Why did you have to shoot it?
Because
Wait, was
I'm
the CD
mad and
player
I
in-
just got shot at.
Was the CD player in this van one of those ones where you can like unplug it from the dash and there's
Yes.
the CD into behind it?
Yes!
So she just shot it for no good fucking reason.
They do not make this anymore! It is literally impossible to get a replacement outside of Bulgaria.
Oh,
Bulgaria
please, everyone
got
knows that
nuked.
Bulgaria was consumed by Lithuania in the 2020s.
Bulgaria is strong and independent, and anyone that says otherwise will be shot.
Where did we hire this guy?
Bulgaria? No.
Yes.
He probably was just around peddling, and you're like, we need a wheelman. It turns out that he is very good at it. As you just saw by the fact he fucking crushed that encounter by a factor of 5. Like, there's no chase scene. You guys destroy it immediately. Like, alright, chase scene over.
He could have sold you your gun.
I found him on the internet.
Now there we go. That's the reality.
Oh yes,
Don't worry,
it was...
Lithuania back as of like right now is only like 5% Russians. These days it's Lithuania is 5% Lithuanians, and then the rest are like Bulgarians and Russians because they ate Bulgaria, but there are more of them.
I found him
I
on
love it.
www.illegaloffensivecybernetics.com.
I love this. This is now canon. Lithuania has taken over Bulgaria.
You getting these sweet bits. Let's see here. My beverage has run dry, which is terrible news. But you have the thing you were told to collect. You left behind incriminating evidence for another group. However, you are known by Nokia Corp as a result of being known by Gekka-senpai. What do?
Alright, we
So-
need to get back to the safe house.
Oh yes, this is the best idea. Let us go back to the safe house. You haven't told anyone where the safe house is, right? Ah, silly question. Of course you haven't.
Yeah, it wouldn't be safe if it were not. If it were,
Would
like,
it
known
really
by
hurt to
everyone.
go grab a drink first?
Like, as you say that, Tierna's, like, in her mind, like, the internal computer, she's, like, halfway through ordering from Papa John's and just like, oh.
Don't order Papa John's. They're gross.
What? Papa John's is the best pizza.
No, it's not. Go to Round Table.
What the fuck is a round table?
Actually good pizza.
I've never heard of Round Table.
Yeah.
Heard of Papa John's. We actually have like a couple of those here in England now, and they ain't bad.
They're
You
just
get
so
the
greasy
pizza
and
from
bad.
my place. Come on.
Yeah, but
You
your
place
place
no,
isn't
there's
a
no-
chain.
to
there's no-
bumfuck
there's
nowhere,
no-
Tennessee.
Yeah, there's also
Yeah,
no
no.
such thing as a mum and pop store in the cyberpunk future at all. Not a single one.
Yeah,
They're all
they're
chains
all
now.
corporate chains.
They're all Taco Bell different. There's like Taco Bell burgers, Taco Bell pizza.
Oh no.
They got it
Yep.
all now. Everything is Taco
I mean,
Bell.
ain't,
but there
ain't
hasn't
Taco
been
Bell
that-
pizza just Pizza Hut?
You haven't seen that movie? Oh, the
No.
Great Franchise Wars, where
Yeah, no, they won the
Taco Bell
franchise
went
wars.
yeah, where Taco Bell literally went to war with like McDonald's, but Taco Bell came out on top.
Yeah, the English release of Demolition Man, the winner was Pizza Hut
Yeah.
because there was no such thing as Taco Bell here.
Oh, really? That's pretty funny.
Yep. It was indeed changed to Pizza
And
Hut.
Now
That's
you
why
got,
that was a multi-tiered joke right there.
now you got Taco Bell, and now you guys too know what to do when you have constipation.
Drink and get a kebab.
I mean that also. We don't actually have kebabs here, but we've had this
Yeah,
conversation.
Mers is
before.
correct.
Anyways,
The best chain delivery pizza in the UK is Papa John's.
really, that's
Yep.
bizarre. It's actually
Second best
worst.
is Domino's.
It's actually one of the worst pizzas here.
No, Papa John's is
I've
good.
never, not okay. West Coast is what I mean.
Alright, well,
Alright.
that's what you
It,
get for
yeah.
living
it's
on the
literally
West Coast.
rated one of the worst.
When you said a greasy thing, the closest approximation to that here is Pizza Hut.
I think Pizza Hut in Greece
Oh
is...
my god, I want pizza so badly, you fucking monsters, and I'm schmammered, and all I've eaten today is sandwich.
Oh god, even I had
Yeah,
pizza today.
Oh, you devils! You're all devils!
I had pizza yesterday.
It was real pizza
I mean,
too.
yeah,
like,
you had homemade pizza, I remember.
we went to a map of... Went to a
I
fucking
can have pizza
Italian
whenever I
store.
want.
I know you
Oh,
It has an
that's
oven inside of
why.
the pizzeria. It's great.
I literally did not know that there are no round table pizzas outside of literally Oregon, Washington, California. You guys are
Yeah.
missing out.
can. Well, there you go. I mean, it's not really
Yeah,
a chain
fuck
then,
you.
is it? It's
It
just a
is.
place.
It's just
Nah.
not national. It's just not a national chain. It's a regional chain.
There's no such thing as a region in America. You have, I mean, actually, to be fair, I think that there are people who genuinely believe that their states are just different countries in America, the world.
Yeah. Yeah, but
They
no,
really
it's-
are, though.
It's regional. There's west. There's a west, midwest, and the east, and then there's the
Alright,
south.
so before thinking about pizza any further, I'm going to fetch a drink. If you guys would like to think what your safe house looks like, and if you would like to try and create an advantage for yourself before going into some kind of mystery meeting,
Oh
please,
man,
now's the time to think on it. I'll be right back.
let's have
Okay.
our safe house look like Adam Jensen's apartment. It was awesome.
How many people
Okay.
know who we are? And how many people are after to kill us?
An entire mega corporation.
Okay, that's fine. We can take on a corporation. Heck, I can take on 2 corporations.
And I haven't been seen yet. So, yeah, let's go to Adam. You know, our house, which is just Adam Jensen's house, just bigger.
Yes. And
Look up
also,
Adam Jensen's apartment on Google.
I
I
have to
think there
repaint
should be
my
a-
van and actually change the plates. For no reason in particular.
See, look how dope in Cyberpunk it looks.
There is not enough cigarette smoke in there.
Sure there is. You see all that white filtering? That's because the whole room is smoke.
Good.
I am back with
Good.
water.
I'm gonna drink more whiskey. I feel like this is a good idea here. It'll help me get into character.
Yeah, I mean, should help.
We got this. This is completely fine. I am very confident in our skills.
To pay the bills.
My bills, my cousin's bills, my wife's cousin's bills,
You're married?
my wife's cousins. My cousin is married. He has wife and 3 children.
But you just said your wife's cousin. Are you talking about your cousin's wife?
Yes, that.
Okay.
No, sorry, you're married now.
Language
Please
barrier.
describe your wife to us.
It
We
turns
have
out
to-
it turns out he's just married to the Russian version of what Winter is. Big
Turns out.
Babushka.
Big babushka bear. The bear
Exactly.
car.
Babushka.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it-
Snippy's wife.
Apparently, yes, Snippy's
Oh
character.
god.
Snippy's wife is Babushka.
Yeah.
Dope.
It is
1 second, I gotta open my world
nickname.
notes.
Is his nickname, yes.
Nickname.
Because she's a bear.
Alex's
she's a bear
wife is
Oh my god.
Babushka the bear tar.
Oh god.
You're welcome.
It's
Yeah.
all out now, and it's canon. Also, my roommate has unintentionally tortured me because he cooked bacon. And then the bacon is all eat, and now since my door has opened when I went out to fetch alcohol, my room also now smells of this bacon.
Now you mention bacon, you reminded me of the pizza I had earlier. I love it.
Ah, you can't stop it! It's so cruel.
That's what you get for mentioning alcohol. When I have
Don't
not.
you? I thought you. How did you get through everything you had? You had an incomprehensible quantity of booze.
Well, you see, I shared most of the rakia with Elias, and then the whiskey. I still have the whiskey. I'm not touching the whiskey much. And then all the beers kind of disappeared over the last few days when
That's
Leo
what
came
they
over
does,
my
Abby.
house.
That's fair.
People are munching off my alcohol. It's horrible. I
Bastard.
should stop having friends. That would solve
Yeah,
it.
dude, it would solve a lot of problem to get rid of all those friends.
Yeah, you just keep your internet friends because you can't ship alcohol overseas.
Yes, you guys are the best.
Anyway, so we've decided that our safe house looks like Adam Jensen's apartment. So
I mean,
it's like
it's a really good choice. I love that apartment's art style. That's the oh god, it's so nice.
I imagine it's like on the top floor of some huge complex somewhere like in the heart of the city.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just
I mean,
has
to be
slightly
fair, now
more-
I kind of regret that you are in sci-fi Hong Kong instead of sci-fi like
Prague.
Prague. But then again, you would all be Slavs. I couldn't. I wouldn't. I
Yeah.
couldn't.
So
I'm
Bliet,
like
comrade.
It's Adam Jensen's apartment just with slightly more room, so it's more like townhouse.
Comrade, are you some kind of communist? Hmm?
Da comrade. Am
Go on,
scion of
look at
great war hero Conrad.
Yes. Russia is strong and independent. Well, it's
I mean, in this, Russia actually is most. Russia is actually what people used to call Europe.
Oh God.
They own Europe now. Don't be silly.
What happened to
What do you
Greece?
mean now?
What Greece?
What's
Germany
a
bought
Greece?
them. They repossessed Greece when they finally missed the rest of their payments because Germany became its own actual company. So they had the ability to repossess you like a defaulted house, and Greece happened to be the collateral of assets.
Well, at least they do not have Cyprus.
What's a Cyprus? That sunk. It got eaten by a leviathan a while back, actually.
What?
Fuck.
What
Anyway,
about Albania?
Oh, where? Sorry,
Albania.
Albania. You mean Russia too?
Well, that was
everything
gonna
is
be
Russia
Italian.
except for the Fourth Reich.
Yeah, the Albanians have always been in Italy's pocket.
Yeah, no, but I mean that's all Russia now.
No! This is fine.
Everything is fine. Let's see here. And now I'm going to pull you into your safe house. Sorry, I had to faff for a moment there to get that up and running. But hey, yay.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I did a thing. Multitasking.
Don't forget you get a fate point back.
Yep. Grab myself a fresh fate snack.
And remember, you can use one of those fate points to regenerate 1d5 wounds.
What?
What?
Nice. God, pizza's so bad. Also, how pets have you only been to a Pizza Hut before? What the fuck?
Been to or ordered from?
Been to. I've gotten.
That makes yeah. Like, why would you actually go out into town and like sit in a place that also delivers? That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, Pizza Hut has actually has salad bars for at lunch or.
They also
Where I am.
supposedly have an ice cream machine, but what they have is actually a metal device that only has an out of order sign on it.
Ha!
That's where they like to hang up their out of order sign. For all I know, it actually works, but that's just where they keep the sign. It would be the only reasonable explanation. But yes, eventually, I mean, I say eventually, it doesn't take you long, considering your comrades' exceptionally speedy driving, to get to your destination, the safe house. There is a nice little townhouse. It's, you know, connected to other buildings, but they presumably aren't quite as Shadowrunner kitted out as this place is. You are able to park the bitch wagon in the garage.
And change its plates. You know.
Oh yeah, no, its plates probably just revolve in those little spinners.
Good. I'm gonna try to fix my radio.
Is that your babushka? Oh my gosh,
God.
look at her go. I mean, she looks kind of Inuitish.
She's from Siberia.
Yeah, she's from Siberia.
Yep.
It could be. I am fine with this.
Big Siberian beauty.
I want to crush you like a big, fuzzy Siberian bear.
Oh, that is so sweet of you.
That's my favorite Zarya quote.
Right now.
Zarya, of course, in the real world looks like, let's see here. Copy. That.
Oh yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah.
Really, yeah,
Yeah.
super attractive.
It's safe for work just about. But like, that right there is some tier body type.
Yep.
Yeah. She does. It comes up on my thing quite a bit.
She comes in
for the
as well.
yeah. For the stream, I'll just put it in Fen chat. There you go.
Yeah, alright, so your Berbushka exists. That's fun. Berbushka the Bertor. Is she here in the country, or is she still currently in, sort of Bulgaria?
I think it would be safer for her if she was in sort of Bulgaria.
Alright, she is in sort of Bulgaria then. Although I'm now turning that into a token just in case you never fucking know.
God, no.
Bertor, save. A lot of things done on the cusp of stuff. I'm still thinking about food. This was the worst.
I know that feeling.
Yep.
Just try to think of cockroaches. They'll make that go away.
The last time I saw cockroaches, they were being eaten. On
Ugh,
mythical morning,
what?
admittedly. They make for okay eating usually. It depends on the variety of cockroach. Apparently
Anyway.
the plumper ones are awful because they're squishy in the middle. Really squish that first. But yes, you arrive at the safe house. What now?
Hang on, I'm fighting my computer.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
remind me, what was this whole trip for? Because I've completely forgotten.
Well, we came here to steal something out of that apartment complex our beloved Caribou just escaped from, but that didn't go entirely according to plan. I got shot at a bunch, then shot at some security guards, and we're supposed to take this thing to our Mr. Johnson at the insert name here club. But before we do that, I've got a date. And Tierna will, just without explaining anything more, just like walk up to the loft and close the door.
So, aside from the fact that we got, for the most part, caught, job's done. Good. Let us drink in celebration for another job good done.
Welcome back, Fixed.
I didn't say I'm fixed. How dare you?
Alright then. So, you're cracking open the beverages. Is anyone else joining you in the drinking?
Anyone else want some break? Yeah.
Well, clearly we should crack open into a box of Magic Gnome cereal that's sitting on the table.
You cannot get drunk on cereal, I think. Never had any.
I've certainly had some very boozy cereals in my time.
What?
Yeah, you just have cereal and then you pour alcohol into it instead of milk.
You haven't seen that video?
You haven't had beer flakes? In fact, crunchy nut corn flakes in a stout is perfect.
Yeah, it was like a really old FPS Russia video where he was talking about Russian breakfast of champions, and he just pours vodka into a bowl of Wheaties.
FPS Russia hasn't been relevant for like 5 years.
Does he still do things?
No.
I think
Fucking...
he has a second channel where it's just him shooting guns.
Huh. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen a thing for him. I mean, if I want to watch someone shoot guns, I go to Demolition Ranch because they're also vets, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So then you get to see cute puppers at the same time as them.
And you
doing
get to see
skits with
surgery
guns.
performed on them.
Yep. That's super fucking interesting. But alright. So, what is your actual rig look like in the safe house then, Tierna? While everyone else is having some beerios.
I think it looks like a huge set of like 3 plasma screen TVs, you know, creating a little like semicircle around a single beanbag chair that has a headset sitting next to it with just like 50 wires running into it.
Okay.
And yeah, she's just gonna like put all her shit down and take off her coat and make sure the both the shit we stole originally and now the key are in easy reach. And she's gonna put on the headset and jack into Corona.
Jack off to Corona? Sure thing.
Well, that's what she'll do later, but...
Yeah, alright.
And
so you, you know, initiate a connection. It doesn't take you long to make your way to the chat room, the code and address specified. And when you arrive, it's a lot more like an old school style, like, jazz bar, I suppose is the easiest way to describe it. Like, you can see that there is sort of a mannequin-esque figure sat in front of an old school piano, but the music it's playing is, you know, that, old school style 2010s metal instead. You know, nice and relaxing and charming and sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Corona, who is sat in like a long leather couch in front of a table with a number of like glass bottles resting on it will nod as you enter.
So are there any other people or AIs in here, or is it just me and her?
You can see that there are a number of others all sort of walking around, either VRs or people in conversation, but I mean, you know from experience, if you sit down at her table, it will effectively like screen you off from everybody else.
Right.
It's a table with an open room. You have a little number password to like join her table, and then once the table is full, big air quotes, then it will become closed off to everybody else.
Cool. Yeah, alright, I'll go over and slide into the chair. Give her a smile.
All right. As you slide into the chair, you can feel like static creeping across some like extra sensory skin, effectively, like as though you had skin, but somewhere it's in your brain and somewhere around your spine, where all the jacking happens.
Of course, of course.
And yeah, Tierna, welcome. And so, you apparently have an incredibly dangerous AI murdering weapon you'd like me to take a look at? Is that so?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I didn't know who else to turn to, because I have a feeling if we just give this to our Mr. Johnson, it's going to end up, actually being used, and I'd hate to see you get hurt.
You're all far too touching. Very well then, Tierna. Please, if you could tell me more about this device then. What company created such a thing, and how does it work?
I will recap all that we learned from last time, I guess. Our previous
sure.
2 heists.
Interesting that Gecko-senpai would try and create some kind of AI killing device. So far as I am aware, their head of corporations is not artificial intelligence. Ruthless, of course, but what company owner is not ruthless?
Yeah, I didn't expect them to be in the AI killing business. I thought they made all their money selling those digital waifus over in Japan.
Yes, they make a reasonable income, although most of their numbers and figures are hidden. Also, you say an AI killing business as though there were such a business. I have never heard of anything that can kill us, which is why my interest is so clearly piqued.
Well, would you like to take a look at the merchandise, so to speak?
Yes, I would appreciate a safe way of viewing such a thing, however.
Is there something after that, however, or...?
No, there isn't a follow-up statement. More like just her cadence itself is still technically unnatural in the way that it follows. She doesn't spend massive amounts of time socializing, so she's very much has that technologic edge to her.
Right, I got you. Okay, so yeah, I think there's like a long pause where Tierna's like expecting something that she like blinks and remembers. All right, and yeah, she'll offer to let Corona hijack her body for a little bit and take a look at what's up.
Very well. Some would say that it is interesting climbing into someone's body, but I find the idea of being restricted to one corporeal form quite frightening. However, I will try to make the most of such an action. And then you get a little ping alert. It's mostly static, if anything. It's not exactly legal for someone to go climbing into your brain.
Yeah, so it's like the opposite of the "Can I join your chat room?"
Yeah, basically. It's can my chat room become you?
Yeah, I'll press OK. Make sure I I read the terms and conditions real quick before I click that checkbox.
You're pretty sure the terms and conditions look like that symbol that kills iPhones. Alright. And then an artificial intelligence climbs into your brain. Immediately you can feel it like a like where your ears are metallic, there's just a hot itching sensation in like the back of your head. You're fairly certain if an artificial intelligence spent an extended period of time floating around in your brain, they'd burn your skull out and do quite severe actual damage to you. They tend to require a lot more processing space than your noggin is able to provide all at once. Her voice comes to you as though like a slow, carefully measured wording instead. It's obvious that there's some measure of like underclocking herself so that she doesn't, you know, blow you up like so much meaty metal goo. All right, then. Please bring up this device.
I do so.
All right. So, you have the prototype, which is effectively injecting device is an incorrect way to put it. Like it's imagine like a Shadowrun deck, except you know probably small size, probably wouldn't reach past a forearm. Let's say about 12 inches, maybe 13 inches. It looks like a little device, and you can see that it's got a number of cables. I mean, it definitely looks prototype. There's nothing finished about it. No color. It's just like raw ass chrome and a bunch of like black cable wires. And some look like just like two different wires have been gaffered together to perform the job of one larger wire.
So this is
Yeah,
like
proof
a
of concept.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And there's a little jack and port for a memory stick, and you have to find, you know, that memory stick you plugged into your brain previously fits it quite fucking well.
Yeah, I'm gonna warn Corona real firmly that this is the key and that device is the lock. So, yeah, careful.
All right then. So long as you don't pull some kind of trigger, I imagine I'm fine. This deck is not plugged into anything, is it?
I will make very sure that it is not. Much like a gun, you always check just to be sure.
Yeah, you can see that there's no, like, Wi-Fi setting on it. It probably does need to be directly jacked in with those cables that are hanging off of it, which are not plugged into anything right now. So yeah, you can pop the memory stick into it and see what happens when it is unlocked.
Oh boy. Yeah, sure, why not? This seems like a good idea. Nothing can go wrong.
Alright. Roll 40F, please.
See, nothing can go wrong. Yay! Can I spend fate on?
Sure, have you got some kind of aspect related to this?
Well, I've got the stunt that gives me a +2 bonus to cleverly overcome security obstacles. I don't know if that might apply, but failing that, preemptively, I've always got a high-tech gadget for the job. If something's about to go horribly wrong, I could potentially like pull out some weird gizmo that shuts this thing down or arrests the wireless signal or whatever.
Sure, you can call in high-tech gadget. As you are, you insert this memory stick, there is an obvious, like, flick it on switch, which you can press to, like, actually bring up some kind of display on it. But when you do so, you realize very quickly it's trying to send an emergency signal out. Luckily, you got a little portable jammer. It's probably only got, like, a range of a foot, but you could just place it down next to this device and stop it from, blowing your safe house immediately to a company that probably wants you dead for this.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I do that thing. Do I need to make another roll for that, or is it just...
No, you just have a device to just put a jammer next to it.
Excellent.
Your ears, like, just seem to grow a bit hotter now from having an AI in your head. It's possible that she, too, was probably using some kind of, like, wireless to keep herself spread out over a few devices. Now she is entirely in your head. How very stifling. Let us see here. You're probably not at nosebleed yet, but there's definitely, like, the exertion sweat is just sort of starting to pour down your face, but it's just because you're very warm on the inside right now.
Yeah.
We won't make you take tests for stress damage, at least not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. I was just going to sip her medicine there. That's the stuff. Okay. So she will guide you through, like, bringing up a diagnostic screen on this thing. Let's see. How much do you understand about what you're looking at? Would you like to make me some kind of clever test, please?
Sure, I would love to. Hey.
Alright, and let's see what the target number would be to understand it. Alright. So no, it looks like someone knows how to use comment lines properly.
Excellent.
Usually it's like a prototype device and it's not even in an English language. Nope, there are English language comments under like all the diagnostics information.
Oh, yes, I see. That's very helpful.
Yeah, super helpful. Grumble, grumble. Okay. So you can see very clearly the portions of this that are like injection codes, killing codes. Effectively, what it does is it's not quite an AI killer per se. It will actually inject a thinking VI that specifically just continues to hunt down the pieces of an AI that, you know, scatters itself when it's put under threat and then kills all of those individually. It's more like a very aggressive hunter-killer than some kind of like blast them and they're gone weapon.
I see.
Of course, there's also a number of other dangers. Like, for instance, if someone were to just sort of dump this on the web and see what happens, it might just go on and what would be accountably regarded as a mass murdering spree instead. Because there's no reason it wouldn't just grab every thread it could and try and kill everything that's AI in it.
Yeah,
This
see?
thing isn't just an AI killer, it's the nuclear option for AI.
Well, I wonder why they made this thing.
At which point Corona will say, "That is very, very interesting." And she will instruct you to like continue scrolling through data for her. But I'm going to need you to make a test.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Now my brain
I'm going to roll
out
this
of
as...
my nose.
Yes, I'm going to make a roll against you. Considered an attack. It's not being done by Corona herself, at least not intentionally. And you could try and defend yourself against what is going to be some kind of physical harm as your brain and the metallic pieces stuck to it contest with someone who is, you know, a supercomputer, many supercomputers, multi-threaded, with zero support structure, since you're just holding her in your head because there's no wireless right now.
Yep. The software
You shit
is
cunt fucking
exceeding
kidding
the
me.
hardware. Well, I don't really know what else to roll other than just forceful, so I mean...
Yeah, muscle through. Maybe you'll roll ass.
Hey.
Damn it, what the fuck?
I can roll fate dice today, guys. I did
Look
the
at that.
Right.
Plus, plus, plus in that bitch.
Yeah, and a negative.
Alright. So yeah, you start to feel like a pounding behind your eyes by this point. And ooh, I've just been linked some artist stuff. They're making their own tarot cards for a game that I'm helping work on. They all do sexy, sexy watercolors.
Ooh,
I'm very temporarily distracted. Those are fucking beautiful.
I love tarot cards.
Yeah,
I
they're
love
very
sexiness.
nice. There are also sexy tarot cards for a Yuri Futa elf game, but you know, whatever.
I mean...
I know, right? Sadly, can't share any of that right
I
now,
know.
but those are some fucking lovely watercolors. Anyway, yeah, you can hold out for now, and she will try to gather more information and create an advantage for, like, either herself or you. Let's see here. 40F plus 3 plus 2, because she has just unrelated. Just a 3. I'm rolling ass, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, she can create an advantage with a 3. It's only going to have one use on it. But wait, do you want to try and help her, considering you are not cooking right now?
Yeah, that would probably be in my best interest. Probably
Sure.
clever to use my programming knowledge.
Yes, flat clever, no aspect or stunts. We'll just see if you can give her a bonus.
Nope.
No.
Herder.
Herder. No, you're much too busy focusing on not, like, being microwaved inside your own skull pan. So you're going to get one invocation of this advantage. Give me a moment to just pop it in.
Okay. Better than nothing.
This weapon is dangerous and has safety protocols. It's going to have one invocation on it.
It has safety protocols. That's remarkable foresight for a sci-fi company.
I mean, it is the nuclear of nuclear options for, you know, it's not just a sci-fi company. It is run by an AI. You wouldn't want someone to just be like, I'm holding this delicious jar of anthrax. Oops, Butterfingers.
I mean,
You
say
say
that, but that's Wayland Yutani. If you think of like Wayland Yutani, they're just like, oh, hey, a genetic weapon. This is cool. Oops.
You know what? Yeah, okay, so that has happened in the past.
Or the future, you know, whichever. But yeah, I don't trust these safety measures, but we'll use them as we can.
Damn you. Some more people in the chat return with pizza, the fucking monsters. Yeah.
Poor Scowl.
All I have is this delicious grain.
I wish I had delicious grain.
I know. I feel worse for you because you have neither pizza nor booze. Although, wait, you just recently ate pizza. I rescind that. Grumpy.
Yes, I have other people paying for my pizza. It's great.
Even better people are paying for it.
Yeah, the best kind of pizza is a free pizza.
It's true. It really is true. But okay. Yeah, there is an invocation, at which point then Corona will ask you to, you know, pull the information out, shut this down, and turn off your little jammer so that she can, you know, safely climb out of your head without doing damage on the exit.
Yeah, of course, I'll do exactly what she says. I will make sure this thing shuts off its stupid, you know, Mayday signal before I turn off the jammer.
Yep. And considering your so far test success, yeah, not a fucking problem for you.
Alright.
Yeah, you shut it off. When you do so, if it weren't for the fact that she's been in your head for so long, when she manages to spread herself out a little bit across your like wireless devices, it would relieve the heat, but she does need to get out of your head now or start damaging your brain. And then there's this static moment. You probably black out for like 3 seconds, just time goes missing. All things considered, not a massive deal, and intelligence just climbed out of your brain.
Yeah, not a massive deal.
And then you're sat in this charming old-school metal club. You can taste copper in the back of your mouth and tongue, and you're just fucking soaking with sweat. But the AI looks... Corona's just sort of sat across from you, looking moderately uncomfortable. Oh my, it's very much like having myself crushed into a very small, safe place.
Well, I'm glad it felt safe, at least.
Well, yes, of course. Well, it would be safe up until then you ceased to exist, and then I might get stuck in your meat shell, which would then be rather inconvenient.
Tierna will just sort of like wipe the sweat from her brow in and out of virtual reality. Yeah, that would be inconvenient for everybody. So, what did you learn?
Well, it would seem that this device is not just some kind of AI killer. It is built to create some kind of, well, for want of better phraseology, slaughtering program.
Oh, that sounds
virtual consciousness is injected into a space that an AI occupies, and then it will purposefully and dangerously eradicate all the code strings it can locate, until all of the AI's semblance of self is erased, to the point where it is unable to rebuild itself, which is usually what an AI does when it is destroyed.
I see. That does sound bad.
Quite. The concept is very terrifying. Admittedly, this is all diagnostic strings. For all I know, this prototype does not work, but that is not a risk that I personally would prefer to undertake.
Tierna will nod and think for a moment. So what do we do?
Well, that is the crux of the matter. There are, I suppose, multiple ways to look at such a situation. No doubt your Mr. Johnson will be interested in finding you, assuming you have not arrived at the proper trade-off location.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to have another company hunting me.
Likewise, at the same time, I struggle to believe that the AI in charge of running the Gekka Senpai company would validate the creation of a device specifically that would destroy them.
Well, our
Although
Mr.
it is...
Johnson works for Gecko Senpai. Maybe he's trying to, pull off a coup of some sort.
That is not an unlikely situation. Although I imagine it breaches some kind of professional ethics. Perhaps you should hand over this prototype device to the owner of Gekka Senpai. Of course, this would involve admitting that you have performed 2 acts of industrial sabotage on them previously. But perhaps the 2 activities will cancel each other out. Otherwise, I suspect you are very much on your own.
Well, karmic neutrality could be, well, there are worse outcomes, I guess.
There are also likely better outcomes, although the journey would presumably be far more dangerous as a single agent.
So I think Tierna will sort of consider for a moment and then say, would it be possible to create a fake version of this that we could pass off to our Mr. Johnson?
Of the device, maybe some kind of shell, but an actual prototype that would pass scrutiny longer than 10 minutes? How many months do you have available between now and the drop-off?
Tierna gives her the, like, percentage of a month between now and, like, a couple hours from now when we need to hand this thing over.
Well, you could certainly try to solder together some kind of metal plastic monstrosity and hope that this Mr. Johnson does not know what it is meant to look like.
Well, that might be our best bet, or just avoid him entirely and go straight to his boss.
Yeah. Also, say who except for Savin would like to try and roll a 40F to screw Savin over.
Oh boy.
Eh.
Alright, Snippy.
Hit me, daddy.
All
Savin
pluses
wants
are
a low number. It's okay, it's a 1. So it's only going to be a moderately bad. Let's have a quick think here. Brain, brain, brain. Brain.
Brain, brain, brain.
Whiskey, brain, 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 whiskey, brain.
Think,
Okay.
think.
Yes, exactly. Corona will pause midway into describing something that, like might work vaguely if you have a microwave to dismantle and a bunch of plastic you can melt and warp. I believe that our room is being observed from the outside. Although they cannot look into this room currently, I believe your visitation here has been compromised. I would very much prefer to remain an unknown party in this circumstance.
Then I guess I better jack out. Thanks for the help, Corona.
Yes, I wish you luck. You should look into trying to strap more metal to your brain. Perhaps I will last longer within you next time.
Tierna will just get a little smile at that and then pull the plug.
Sure thing.
And
Yeah, can you give me a forceful test because you just force jacked yourself out instead of logging out properly, which might have revealed you. This could do you some harm.
that's fine. Ow.
Okay.
Wait,
Take
wait.
off the stress.
How much stress?
Just one and
Okay.
singular stress. You
Alright.
only take harm equal to your negatives.
Yeah, I take and stress. Okay. Ow.
Yeah, that one stings. Like, you're pretty sure you can feel like that tinnitus, like, noise, but it's somewhere in the back of your teeth.
All right.
Oh, I thought Tasha bit you.
No, she's passed out. So yeah, Tierna will run out of the loft and just throw the door open and say, "Well, bad news, everybody."
Oh, what?
What
Wait, how
You
long was
look
she
over
gone?
your companions, and they've all been, spending the last, 20 to 30 minutes just getting shit-faced on like, Virios and...
I was in the shower.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Sophie was having a long, sexy shower. Her showers are only long and sexy, sadly, so she's probably only just climbing out.
Okay, good news is, I was right, this is some sort of horrible AI killer. Bad news is this is some sort of horrible AI killer, and also Gecko-senpai wants it back, and somebody saw me messing around on the internet trying to find out about it. There's a long pause. Also, our safe house might be compromised. Just maybe. Get like a 1 out of 10.
I'm not here yet. Oh no.
You can probably hear it on, the other side of the shower door. If you remember
You
rightly,
hear-
the Jensen apartment, the bathroom is, there, and then this is the main room, and so everyone would be drinking their Virios over here on the side.
Well, we have more than one room.
This is the main room. This is the drinking room that they're in, and then there's the shower bathroom over there.
And
Okay.
I'm not being quiet about this either. I'm speaking forcefully.
Well, that's not good.
Nope.
So, what's the plan now?
Well, we will kill whoever's hunting us? Question mark?
I'd prefer not to kill anybody if we can help it.
Ah, it's fine. Nobody will have to find out they're dead. We do have the acid, right?
I take a moral stance on that as much as a practical one.
Well, you see, now that is your own personal problem.
Squint.
So, of course, I kid. When you say they may know we're here, how did they find out we're here? Because I'm pretty sure nobody was able to catch up to me. And I don't have any GPS on me.
I will descend into technobabble about the virtual reality communications and the espionage thereof.
Did
Not-
you unplug fast enough that they weren't able to follow you?
I hope so, but it's impossible to tell since I plugged out.
This is completely fine. Anyone have any plans? Do we just drop this off and, go to another country?
Well, no. So, first of all, if you see any black helicopters approaching, we should probably run.
I'm so glad that was helicopters and just like black people. I don't know why. I was just like, what the... Okay.
I mean,
Alright,
shoot them
so
down
if you
first.
see any
It
of
is very
those
hard to
darkies
outrun
coming,
helicopter.
If you see any of those people, I thought that they had their happiness when they created Corporation Africa.
No. So, other than that, we have our Mr. Johnson meeting, but I feel like we should not go to that.
But won't we be hunted down by like 2 people now if we did that?
Well, here's the thing. I think our Mr. Johnson is trying to kill the president of Gecko-senpai. It's an AI, after all.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
Kill it how?
Well, this device is an AI killer. If he releases it inside Gecko Senpai's computer network, the device will track down the actual processes of the AI and kill them one by one.
You know, that doesn't sound like a very bad thing to happen. I'm okay with AI dying.
They're
Why,
people too.
Are they though? Are they
Yes.
really though?
Yeah. Most developed nations have, you know, they have rights and stuff. That's why an AI
Developed
can own a
nations, are we going to have this talk again? Just
Yeah.
because our lawmakers do not fucking bother themselves with this kind of crap, it doesn't mean that we are an undeveloped nation. I will
Look,
have
I'm
you know.
sorry you come from a shithole, but
topical.
But AI are people, and also, if we give this back to someone legitimate at Gecko Senpai, perhaps we can wipe the slate clean, so to speak.
Yeah, and I don't
Okay,
really
so
feeling.
not only are we not going to do our job, but we're also going to turn ourselves over to the authorities. This is a splendid idea
Not
you
the
have. I am
authorities.
full behind you.
We're going to break into Gecko Senpai.
We are the authority as far as we're concerned.
Yeah,
Fair,
but you know, I don't really want to let a massive AI killer out there, because that's the technological equivalent of like nerve gassing a city. And while I'm totally cool with a lot of crimes, that's kind of not one of the crimes I'm cool with.
Right.
No, what do I know? I'm just a fucking driver after all. You feel like doing this? Perfect. But
I mean, you're also a damn good smuggler.
Right, and that's where we're going to need your skills. I'm good at stealing things out of places, but you're the specialist at bringing unwanted things into a building.
yes, especially if family works in the building. Which I do not think it does for that specific building. No. It's my connections that have gotten me up to this point.
Well, I'm sure you'll think of something.
Oh, that is very nice of you. I will think of something. Yeah, you know what? I will think of something. I'm sure we can do this. And it will be perfectly fine.
So while we're having this conversation, Tierna goes over to the window and like pulls down one of the blinds and peeks out looking for like spoopy corporate helicopters or like big SWAT vans pulling up outside.
Sure, make me a careful test. Sounds like you're being careful.
Yeah, that is anything. Yeah. But wait,
okay.
hold on. I might have
Assistance
some
count
bullshit
in this
here.
game. Just out of curiosity.
Pardon
Is
me, sir?
assistance a thing you can do in the game, like helping someone look for something? I'm just curious.
No, that's what the advantage system itself exists for, where you use an action to create an advantage people can call in on. It would kind of be a moot point if you could roll assists on it. Although occasionally I may let people do a roll that's close to it. For instance, when I asked if Savin wanted Tierna to try and help the AI with a roll, it would have been to create an advantage.
Yeah.
But
The
that was
problem
just
is
because
you have to do it
otherwise it was
before.
with an NPC and he wouldn't have gotten a chance after the fact. In this case, you can't preemptively. The rolls happened. You can't do it now.
Yeah, well, I know. I was just wondering because I can't anyways. I'm still getting dressed. I was just wondering.
Yep. No, it's a good thing to check. In the case of an NPC, I might be like, yo, this roll is happening. Would you like to make a test now and see if you can create them an advantage? But if a player character makes a roll, you can't do an advantage after an assist, such as it were. That's what advantage rolling is for in the first place.
Right. Well,
By the way, I have so many
cyberpunk
cyberpunk backgrounds. All of them are Asian. I love that I chose Hong Kong. I'm not gonna lie. Like, cyberpunk Asia is fucking dope for like incredibly nice art.
Alright, so do I see our doom and gloom?
You do not detect your doom and gloom.
Whew. Alright, so does anyone have any objections to this idea and or suggestions on how better to accomplish it?
I mean, we have a smuggler. I'm pretty good at sneaking around when worst comes to worst, but not as good as you.
I'm the face, I guess.
You're
Well-
Canadian. The Canadian has to be your face. It's just how that goes.
So I take it we cannot just walk back in there and hand it off to someone because they know your faces.
Well, they don't know my face.
And we shot at them a couple of times. I wasn't counting, but I think it was around 12? Yeah, I think we shot about 12 times at.
Could have been.
So I
Tell you what,
take
though,
it-
what it actually is right now is probably 5 in the morning.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
You guys should probably go get some sleep. Maybe a lot of sleep. Let things cool down a bit. And if we're not discovered in the next few days, we go and try to find someone to drop this off to. Someone that will probably not use it.
I mean, few days seems a while.
I mean, the police is probably still on high alert, and so is the corporation security. You have no idea how many people are being fired as we speak.
Oh yeah, no, there's probably like a lot of firing going on right now.
Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Maybe we could get a little bit more time. Nobody saw you out there, Alek. Perhaps maybe we send you to our Mr. Johnson and say that we have to lay low because of the police. Buy us a day or two to execute our plan without raising his suspicions.
What will happen if that Mr. Johnson then puts a gun up to my head?
Well, I'll be outside with a marksman's rifle, and then I'll blow his hand off.
You know
I
what?
want to add, this club is, you know how there's that classic underground sort of step into the door and you go down a level and then it's full of people partying?
Uh-huh.
It ain't one of those, actually. It's a building that's sort of suspended in the middle of what would have been a flooded piece of land. There are certainly windows, but everything's got like a blind or a shutter up to it. The only access to this place where the club is located is done via boat, and they go with the classic boat, like push it on the water boat. No engines are allowed near it. Because it is popularly a place where people go to make exchanges, and they don't really want that to be the kind of place that we'll shoot into regularly.
I'm not going to tell Alek that.
Nice. I mean, he will need to know that if he wants to go there.
I mean, I'll tell him where the club is and how to get there. I'm not going to tell him that I can't actually do the thing I'm saying.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yes, I'll be covering you from outside. Everything will be just fine.
Everything will be just fine. Now that's what I like to hear. Optimism. So what do I tell him again? I forgot.
What do you call what?
I completely forgot. What am I supposed to say to him?
Just tell him that the police or corporate security are on high alert and it's not safe to move his cargo right now. Just give us a couple of days. Rearrange the meeting.
I thought that might seem very fucking suspicious. He probably is not an expert at doing shady dealings like this. We are, so he's going to definitely default to the expert's opinion. I like the way you think.
Exactly.
Perfect. First, sleep. Then, you say to this guy that he's not getting his product, but in a not suspicious way. Good, good, good. We have everything in order. And get a new radio. That too. That is very important. Because someone did shot my old one.
Daniels has already moved on to talking tech specs with Sophie about something.
Of course.
Completely unapologetic.
Alright, also, this place has its own fucking background. I was like, wow, this is exactly what I wanted. I'll be right back.
Nice.
I was like, oh my god, it's a floated building in the middle of the water of an Asian ass fucking cyberpunk city. I probably just at some point drunk brain, like however many weeks ago it was now, saw this already and was like, that's the building. And now I've just come across the image and went, oh look, it's the building.
I love the friggin' cartoon girl on one side. And like the classic pinup on the other.
Yep. And I say, that's the aesthetic, it's fucking great.
And then there's another billboard that says Bachelor Chow.
Yep. Because it's a great Futurama joke. But yeah, I've got all sorts of fucking backgrounds. I've got like this one as well. This is a nice one.
Ooh.
I've got some others, but I have an imported one. Here's another one that I did bring in just in case I needed it.
Ah, yes, the liquor store. And
I do like that the liquor store is a tower above a place that's sweet and sour pork. Yeah, I have a lot of fucking backgrounds. I'm delighted at this collection. I've got about 10 cyberpunk backgrounds of all roughly that kind of artistic quality. I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted.
Bueno.
Bueno. Fucking bueno, cat. That was my favorite reveal of that whole session.
That was I loved that session. It was a lot of fun.
That was really good.
Yeah.
All right, this glass is empty again. Do I go and get more?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I go ahead.
Viv is still freaked out though.
I gotta sort of crush all the hungries down under alcohol, which I think works.
To be fair, the only thing you know about the tower is you feel like you're always watched, and my dad's a cat right now.
I feel like that's all we need to know.
He was a phoenix yesterday.
I feel like that's all we need to know. So, what's everyone else's plan for while Snipperino here goes to the club? Do you guys want to stay back at the safe house, or are we gonna shadow him?
I mean, I don't like the idea of splitting the party that much. Because when something goes bad, and like we especially don't have Winter's character who has, a rocket launcher. Because he could just decide, no, I want it now, and also I brought a hover tank. It's highly unlikely. Still possible, though.
So maybe have the Caribou waiting in the van?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Because you'll still be across the water, but there's no way we're getting you anywhere in town without you being noticed. It's sort of the drawback of being a Caribou.
Guys, I made a terrible mistake. In this glass is the last of the whiskey, and the kitchen still smelled like bacon when I went out to it.
Oh no.
This was all mistakes. Oh my god.
Don't you have like 3 different other types of alcohol waiting in the wings?
I've got some wine, but I drink wine like really slowly, and then I have to be in the mood for it. It's not my drink to get drunk drink. And then sake, I tend to drink heated, so I only have that in like small amounts with meals. So no, amounts of like drink to be drunk drink. Pardon?
Have you considered drinking water?
You mean council pop?
Yeah, sure.
No. Let's not be crazy here. I do have nice beverages to make water tastier. Indeed, one taste of cranberry and raspberry, which is delightful. But it doesn't get me trashed.
Good to see you have your priorities in order.
Duh, Goldenblade.
Okay, so the plan is for Alek to drive us to the place. Caribou waits in the van. Sophie, where are you going to be?
I haven't been seen yet, have I? No one knows who I am.
Technically not. You are also, quote-unquote, an unknown by sight character.
Cool.
Your group is known, but your face has not been seen like Tierna or Charlotte.
Well, I could just be, this is the club, right?
This is the club.
I could just be, at the bar pretending to drink lots of liquor and, hitting on club girls.
Well,
That works.
Yeah.
Who has our Mr. Johnson seen?
The Mr. Johnson hasn't seen any of you by face. Indeed,
Excellent.
you don't know them either.
Okay, so we got his contact through like the shadow net or whatever.
Correct. You were essentially just a blackboard, and they grabbed you off of that and the details. And you've already done one job. Now you're on to the follow-up. They have a description of you, but you've never met face-to-face. Likewise, you haven't received a description of them, but you have a code to say at the bar, and then the Mr. Johnson will come to you.
Excellent. Okay, so I'll make sure Alek knows all of that jazz. And yeah, we'll
We
have...
should also...
Yeah, the code is nothing for me, just a water, room temperature, please.
Haha. Something
We
no
should,
one would ever say.
Exactly. Certainly not at the tech break where Neon, Skrillex, and the Funky Bunch are playing.
We should also go in staggered.
Well, yeah, I suppose you're supposed to be staggering if you're making your way into a bass-thumping techno nightclub. You don't turn up sober.
Yeah. My plan is going to be to ride along on the bottom of the boat, like in the water, and then like put on some active camo or something and just like prowl around on the rooftops, or like not on top of the rooftops, but like in the rafters or something. Because I imagine a club like this probably has like an unfinished ceiling with lots of like beams and shit hanging down.
So you're saying this is your plan?
I mean, it's a YouTube link and he's streaming. He
It's
can't
the
click
Mission
it, can he?
Impossible theme.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's always my plan.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'll show you this is what the club looks like.
Yeah.
Basically, exactly, so...
Internally, I imagine like the dance floor or the bar area has like a bunch of open rafters and shit that I'm gonna...
I will draw it for you. So imagine you're looking at it from a bird's eye view, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you have this central room, like the dance floor, there's the DJ table here with this little like fucking play some music and stand in the middle, ha ha ha. Bar is here.
That's where the Funky Bunch hangs out.
Yep, this is the bar. Stairs up. And then there are overhanging balconies, and you can see on the actual map where there's that lip that overhangs, so that looks like this. So you can overhang and look into the dance floor from like these upstairs rooms, which is also probably where people do their nefarious shit and do lots of drugs. And there's also like, you know, small bars at each little intersection here in these wings in the second floor.
And our dear comrade will be at this main bar, right?
The main bar is where you pass on the message. There's no guarantee that that's also where you do your business. It would be probably not where you do the business because it would be impossible to fucking hear unless it's literally just like slide them the goods. But you literally won't know until you get there what the actual protocol will turn out to be. Just know the main bar is where you go to say your little code. Just a straight water for me, room temperature, please.
Okay, so yeah, I like my plan of being like up on the roof of the place in like thermoptics and have Sophie at the bar, separate from Alek, and then our reindeer will be hanging out in the sleigh.
Yep. Also, it seems Dave has made the same mistake of playing Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yep.
Goodbye his free time.
I've only sunk those initial 3 hours into the game.
Yeah,
winner is
DCL
me.
now has officially played enough 30 hours or so of it to become salty at the game and realize that it's not worth actually spending money on.
Jesus. Alright, so anyone else have anything they want to do in terms of prep work?
But of course.
This is the part of the the game where we all make rolls to create advantages
To
for
create
ourselves.
advantages, correct. I was about to ask if you want to roll for the acquisition of some thermoptics and also way onto the roof without being seen.
Can I make Molotovs?
Why would you need all-
Anyone, that's not even a test. You can obviously make Molotovs. However, firebombing people is not a good idea. Especially considering it's
fine.
not just your group who uses this place to make trades. Everybody fucking does.
It is fine. Nobody will have to get firebombed unless they're asking for it.
Okay, there's no test for you to have a firebomb to hand. The test is all in the using them, because you have to light them and throw them without, like, getting shot with people with, like, guns.
Good.
Yeah, if you want to add... You know what? Go into your extras tab on your sheet and write Molotov cocktails. You can have 3.
Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna... I guess make a sneaky test to creep out of the apartment, then go find one of my shady black market connections and acquire a, like, cheap-ass thermoptic suit.
Sounds like a clever test to me.
Alright, clever, I can do that too.
Can you?
Well, I'll tell you what,
Tell you what, you can take it, but I'm going to put an advantage against you if you do. Or you can try and spend fate to turn it to a positive number.
So here's the deal. If I spend a fate now and just like like I'm just saving one later on, so I mean, how why not? I'll burn a fate because I've always got a high-tech gadget for the job, and if I can't buy a thermoptic suit, I'll just have to cobble one together of my own.
Sure. Are you buying into 2 or re-rolling?
I'm guessing the target number's higher than 2, isn't it? Like, what is the target number here?
You'll be able to perform what you want at a 2, but it's not going to create an advantage unless you get 3 or higher.
Alright, that was an ass roll. Let's redo it.
So, you can perform the duty you would like to perform, but I'm going to put an advantage against you.
Yep.
Let's see here.
I have a feeling this thermal suit has a tendency to break. Oh no, that's even worse. Oh god. They knew.
Yep, and you cannot use this one. That's for me.
I know. Could you maybe make ones that are for you on like a different color?
Yeah, I was actually just about to... It's because it's like... Not as... It'll go with an orange. An orange works.
Yeah, it works.
Stands out enough to see. That's the problem as well with all these lovely cyberpunk backgrounds. They tend to use navy as like their initial palette, so it's hard for me to grab things. Like yellow was my obvious bright standout, but now I'm out of other colors. Like red doesn't really work. Like I can't fucking read that shit.
Alright, does
There
anyone
we
else have an
go.
advantage they
That
want to
works.
create?
Yes, now is the time if people would like to try and acquire things that would help you out.
Well, we have a smuggler with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it possible that we can use his connection to try to get stuff for us?
But of course, Cousin Anatoly will hook you up with whatever you need.
You'll have to
Not
ask
for
him
free,
to
of
roll it.
course.
Alright, one of my ideas is just ridiculous, but I want to put it out there anyways. So Charlotte is like a little ways away, gonna be a little ways away from the club, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep, she's going to be in the van, presumably.
I mean, this is the future. They have hoverboards. It's a dumb idea, but also,
Hover
move
sleigh?
Star on a hoverboard. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Tell you what, roll me 4DF. We'll see if Grav, like, technology is a thing that exists, because that's never come up yet. I have to get 3 or higher though, because like that's quite a leap.
Can I bracket it, or does it have to be /R?
It can be done in brackets. That's what I do.
Nope.
No, grav technology is not a thing that exists. I mean, hover vehicles exist, but there are, you know, like the cushioned vehicles that go on water with fans. You can get one of those.
How
that's
did
easy.
how did my Icarus landing system work?
It wasn't technically gravatic, but also your technology is so advanced it looks like magic anyway.
Clearly,
Also, presumably you don't float forever. You only use it as
No.
a parachute.
no, yeah, it's a parachute. All right. Well, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing, I don't exactly need gear for, but it'd be nice that other people had gear. Hey, Winter.
Yes, what?
Do you have any things for like being shooty, or are you more brute force aside from the rocket launcher?
There's no ordnance like heavy ordnance is one of my aspects.
She probably has
Would-
rifles and noob tubes.
Actually,
Okay.
you guys
Yep.
are missing something very important. None of you are wearing any body armor.
I got a coat.
That's
And I
true.
tried to get some Kevlar because
If you
know,
would
the
like to
best-
try and if you would like to try and create an advantage for undercover armor, that would help you in a defensive role.
just some light Kevlar in case people decide to shoot pistols at you.
But then I can't do that face thing at the bar.
Well, I
Sure
mean,
you
you
can.
don't
This is
have
the
to always-
future. Body armor just fits nicely under your clothes.
Okay.
Right, I will try to carefully acquire some body armor from my connections.
Sure.
Hey,
you have
Anatoly,
a second.
wanna
You have
go
a second.
bowling?
Yeah, you have a second uncle's cousin. Yeah, and he loves to go bowling.
Nico.
Yes, his cousin, uncle,
I
second
have it
cousin
too.
Nico. Well then, that is enough to get one use out of the advantage. Hey Nico, it's your cousin. Why don't you not get shot?
And my other thing was, you know, since she's going to be really far away, and we don't want like collateral damage that, you know, a rocket launcher does. Why not? If it's no ordnance like heavy ordnance, I think anti-material rifles are technically counted as heavy ordnance.
Actually, you know what we need? Thermobaric warheads for that rocket launcher.
No, we don't want to shoot into the. We don't want to shoot into this place, period. But if we get rumbled and have to run, we also, if there are like vehicles following us, we don't want to shoot rockets. But an anti-material round will just destroy the engine block.
Okay, so you want some kind of anti-machine rifle?
Yeah, I would like to try to get an anti-material rifle for our tar.
Don't forget the recoil absorbers.
Well, my question is, would a literal anti-material rifle count as heavy ordnance for the purposes of him getting bonus on die on it?
Yeah, I feel like that's the case. If you want to try and cleverly acquire that, Charlotte, your heavy ordnance aspect could be spent with fate to secure it.
I can do that. What am I rolling?
I think.
Careful or
Who
clever?
needs to roll?
What's
Winter.
your
Okay.
idea?
Yeah, Winter, if he wants to spend his fate for the aspect.
Okay, what am I rolling again?
Careful or clever?
Let's go
They're both
careful.
ones for you, so.
Yes, they are. Let's just go careful then.
Sure. Okay. You're gonna need a 3 if you want to score an anti-material rifle. But you do have an aspect. If you're willing to spend a fate, you can call in
Yeah.
heavy ordnance and say you happen to have a guy who knows a guy who can get you a built-together anti-material rifle.
I can do that.
Right.
So am I spending 2 fate point or just
No,
one?
just the one, and it'll
Oh,
give
just
you
the one,
a free invoke of the thing.
Okay, thank you.
It's probably
Anti-material cover.
probably just a Barrett M107 because that's the one that they sell to civilians.
Nope, it's the future. It's probably called, "Hey Barrett, deal with it."
Well, no, it's the future, so clearly it's like Barrett Hayabushi or something.
Yeah, yeah. The Barrett Kikuichimonji. Yeah, alright then. I can recommend some kind of advantage that would be suited to Sophie's skill set.
I'm severely blinking, so I would like one, yeah.
Well, your specialty is being attractive, and you happen to be arriving early at this location. Seems to me that if you could find yourself some high-profile arm candy, might be a particularly good distraction to get in unnoticed.
Yeah, that is a thing. So yeah, I'm down.
Alright. Give me a flashy booty call roll.
Okay. Does this can I add my +2 from my first stunt?
Is it describing to create an advantage or overcome a situation?
Overcome the situation.
Then you can't use it for this. You're creating an advantage.
2. Oh.
You get a 1 invoke, because it's not quite hard, but they're not going to be high-profile arm candy. But it's going to be Sophie has distracting arm candy.
Neat.
It ain't great, but it might help you out in a sitch.
I also just didn't want to spend my... I could probably find a way to make Foxy Seductress give me an extra point, but if this situation goes tits up, having 3 fate would be nice.
Yeah. Also, I want to add, although that you're creating these singularly for like one person at a time, there's no reason any of you can't use one of these advantages to help you out. I want to make sure that's a thing that you're aware of. Like, if Alex's shit goes south on his turn, if he can find a way to incorporate Sophie's distracting arm candy, then he fucking can. Like, that is as long as it's yellow, it's yours and you can use it. If you can find a way to describe it.
The thing about aspects is that they are statements which are true in the world.
Yeah.
So just because we have an aspect, like even if you use it,
it
doesn't
advantage,
stop
sorry.
existing.
Yes, an advantage is the thing that is true in the world. An aspect is a statement that is true about you.
Right,
But
right.
An advantage is a statement that is true about the world. So yeah, you can always use them. In some cases, I can use them, but if I'm using one of these yellow ones, I'm probably going to give you a fate point for punishing you with it.
So I have a question about the setting in general. That you
Sure.
haven't quite hit on with regards to Sophie. Is magic real in this setting, or is it just techno magic?
I thought it was real.
It is real. It is actually real magic. However, it's... You know where the whole realm of, like, fantasy spells and stuff, if you were to consider what is considered petty magic, like, that's the limit of what spellcrafting can do in this setting. Like, certainly not as powerful as Sophie does it, but she seems to do it anyway, so it's hard to tell if it's really magic or not.
Right. So what I was thinking is, I don't want to be smuggling additional weapons into this place. So if I could find like a scroll of flashbang or something that I could cast in case of an emergency to get me and Alek out of the building, or rather to get Alek and Sophie out of the building because I can just sneak out. I get like some weird little fetish charm that I can just throw on the ground and boom! Create a big bright light and lots of noise.
Presumably, yes, but it'll be rarer and harder to acquire and all that kind of stuff than just getting flashbangs, really.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you could do it, but it would be crazy for you to do so when you could just get flashbangs.
But they're harder to... Oh, wait, you're not trying to infiltrate the building. Never mind.
I am.
No, she's trying to infiltrate the roof.
Yeah, not trying to, walk in the front door with it.
No, right, but what I'm saying is they probably will have some sort of security sensor that
Yes.
will pick that sort of thing up.
Yeah, okay. You can make a test. You're going to need to make it to 3 or higher in order to get a wizard to give you a scroll.
Alright.
And I mean, if this were a long campaign, I'd be like, also it's expensive, so you're gonna owe them a favor. But I'm not gonna be that fussy. Whatever. Fuck it. You can give it a go. If you beat 3, you make it.
Nope.
No.
Alright, fuck it. I don't find a wizard.
Do you want to try to get a real flashbang in instead? Because you can just acquire those. That's no worry.
No, I don't want to sneak into the building with anything that'll trip sensors. So it's just gonna be me, my cloak of invisibility, and my my staff, pretty much.
Okie pokey.
And I guess all of my cyberware. But I mean, that would be racist if security.
That would be
systems
weird.
picked up
Like,
on
you
that.
know, people, especially considering this is like the Shadowrunner drop-off point. A lot of people gonna trigger that shit.
Yeah. But grenades or like explosives, probably more likely.
Yeah, and as Jay says, like sufficiently advanced science, etc., is because it's actually just really science. People might actually assume that she's some kind of super wizard. Yeah, the magic is a thing, but it's like petty usually. She just looks dope as fucking shit. Yep.
Oh, you're the
Okay.
fucking invisible one. Come up
Yeah,
here
yeah.
and
She
sit on the
actually has
roof.
this. She can actually. It's a once per session ability.
I
and
know.
Yeah.
All right.
In
Well,
game,
then...
I think it lasted for a minute when she used it because it was burn a thing and down the stairs again. But I can't remember. Whatever.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be as good for a setup for a long time like you're doing.
it just lasts for a scene.
Well, then at least you'll be able to get out of the building fine, and I'll
Yeah,
probably be able
that's
to
why-
save Alek if need be.
Yeah, that's why I'm not too worried about creating a bunch of advantages for me, but the distracting arm candy was actually a really good thing that I didn't think of.
All right. Well, then I guess we're ready to go. Yeah.
All right. So, a night's sleep or unconsciousness or pass out, whatever you would like to call it, occurs. What do you? I mean, your preparations are presumably done during the day. Now is your
What?
last chance to say a thing you might forget. Otherwise, you are, driving over and getting into boats and making your moves. Sophie, I know, wants to arrive first. How much earlier?
Probably like an hour or two.
Okay, sure. So, as I say, your arm candy isn't anyone of, popularity or fame, but they're distracting and attractive. Are they male or female?
Let's go
All
female
three,
this time.
Sure, okay. So yeah, you have a cute lass on hand. Roll me a d8.
Sure.
One, two, three, four, five. Ah, okay. Your arm candy is a fairy with bright pink neon wings and a glowing little, pointy halo of the same erroneously bright pink neon. They seem like the
Nice.
kind of person who, whenever they try and drink a shot glass, glitter explodes out of them.
Nice. The faithful coming together.
Absolutely. Yeah, the
Giggity.
little list of races that exist. Admittedly, I just yoinked out of the Cold North thing, but it's like, hey, look, fairies. Okay, cool. I was just like, oh, I have that handout to hand. Easy peasy. God, I wish I had 3 screens. I have too much shit all over everywhere.
I wish I just had one more screen.
Do you only have the one?
Yeah, and
Tragic.
yeah, it's not great, but
No. 2 screens is fantastic, but I'm at the point now where I've had 2 screens for so long. I wish I had 3, but my computer wouldn't handle it. But yeah, your arm candy is an attractive, brightly coloured fairy. They have a predilection towards taking shots and to getting others to also take shots. And they happen to be a fan of Neon Skrillex, the Funky Bunch. Yeah, alright. And so it begins. You are now in mission time. Sophie, you enter the bar and the pounding, thumping bass reverberates through you bodily. You can see in the middle of this dance floor is a lurid assortment of individuals grinding their meaty parts together against each other. There are people cheering and whooping. There is a long, large bar with a number of stools, and then there's also like the high back chairs around the side corners of it. There's, you know, the full cyberpunk Shadowrun-esque assortment. There are people who, you know, they can't dance because they're in some kind of, like, funky wheeled wheelchair with, like, rising rims and shit on the far end. You know, it's a good time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, alright then.
I will order appropriately girly but less alcoholic drinks. You know, like
Sure.
liqueurs and stuff like that. I don't want to get too hammered.
Probably like a half-alcoholic Cosmo. But of course, you know, it's bright. Like, when I say it's pink, like a Cosmo is pink, it's bright fucking pink.
Yeah. And you know, glowing shots, but like only one ingredient is alcoholic.
Yeah, it's like a...
Shooters is what I meant to say.
Yeah, shooters. I was going to say, like, body shooters, and the only alcohol in it is Goldschlager, so that there's something with glitter in it. Yeah. And yeah, your fairy companion, Tessera, is with you along the way. Let's see if I got an appropriate fairy token. I probably do. Let's not be crazy here. Of course I fucking do. I probably have a cyberpunk fairy token.
Nice.
Let's see. God damn, I have a lot of fairies. Only half of them are like Savin's ones. I could just yoink a Mahara, which is always a good time.
Ah!
Oh wait, here we go. Look, a Techno Fairy Decker. Literally a Shadowrun fairy. Enjoy. It's a Decker.
Hey, she's even got pink wings, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Legitimately what we were after.
There we go. Pink eyes, pink wings, and blue hair. I like it.
Exactly. There you have it. See, I just have this shit. I'm ready. I was always ready for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, after this game
It's my
ends,
favorite. It's my favorite setting. I just wish Shadowrun itself wasn't so trite to DM, because I've actually got somewhere nestled away in my Roll20 a living Shadowrun world, as in a thing where people can drop in, do missions, and it progresses the calendar, and anyone else can. Literally like fucking West Marches, but Shadowrun. Except I hate the system, so I stopped doing it like after 2 or 3 sessions.
Have you
Well, hopefully
read
we can-
Shadowrun Anarchy?
I have not.
Let me correct that for you.
Yeah, hook me up, because I would love an excuse to use the Shadowrun setting I built. As I say, literally West Marches Shadowrun. I have.
Hopefully we can, after we're done with this short shot, we can put it on the back burner and bring it back some other time when you feel like running it again. Or you could have someone else run it, and then you can play in it.
Yeah, I can just fucking hand it over. I don't mind playing Fate games. I think I actually enjoy GMing this game more than I do playing it.
Oh, really?
It exists
Sure
in the
enjoy
same...
playing in it, so I don't mind.
There you have it.
Same.
It exists in the same headspace as World of Darkness, where I don't have to work hard because it's a storyteller game. I can just fucking let you guys go buck wild and just occasionally be like, hey, help me make this thing up. But yeah. So you jump on in, and Techno Skrillex are playing at their heaviest, most bass pumpinest music. The body shots begin, the drinking starts properly. You want to throw some kind of test for scoping the situation out?
Sure. You know, looking around and getting the lay of the land sounds like a clever action.
I figure careful or clever, either of those two.
Yeah, Sophie's not really careful, so she is slightly clever though. So let's try. Do I have anything to help? No, I don't. Oh wow, I didn't need anything to help.
Fuck. Okay. Pets. Roll me 4 fate dice, please.
Okay. Sorry, I was typing something into Twitch chat.
No worries.
Hey Savin, write in the text box and tell me what Shadowrun Anarchy is. I've never heard of it.
Okay.
If you would.
A -1? God damn, why do you choose now to roll like dog shit? That's not fair. Okay, so, Sophie,
Good try. Good try.
There are 3 people who strike themselves out immediately as narcs. If you would like, you could try and perform some kind of test to make sure that they are the most distracted ones here for the arrival of the Mr. Johnson.
That sounds like a flashy thing for me to do.
Yes, it does.
And am I overcoming a situation?
That depends. Do you want to directly confront them or create an advantage to deal with them later?
Alright. I would like to just create an advantage against them for now.
Okay, yeah. Alright then, so flashy test to create an advantage. 3 will give you 2, anything less than that will give you something, because their roll was so shit they can't defend themselves against you to being distracting and sexy.
Cool. 4.
Now, of course, you can do things like try and call in your distracting arm candy to make that into 3 and give you 2 advantages to call in, or make do with the 1.
Call in the distracting arm candy this soon. You know what? Sure. This seems like something I should do. I mean, because these are the 3 narcs, and I already found them.
Yeah, although your distracting arm candy is a statement that is true for everyone in the world, an advantage specifically directed to your fucking narcs is probably going to be easier for everyone else to use than just your arm candy. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's see here. Instead of distracting arm candy, the narcs are shit-faced. We will add an extra fate snack to it. There you go.
I'm helping, guys.
Yeah. Excellent. And presumably the rest of you guys want to all get involved.
Am I still staying in the van?
Do you want to stay in the van? I ain't the fucking boss of you. I'm boss of the world, but not you specifically.
I mean, I was told to stay in the van, wasn't I?
Yes. That doesn't mean you're going to, but...
Yeah, and you also have, like, a cyberpunk sniper rifle. Those can do cool things.
Yeah.
So you can try to work the scope, maybe. Because remember, you don't have to, like, poke the gun out of the car. You could just literally detach the scope and hold it up to your eye and look at a peephole. You know, create a situation where you've been watching everything going on so you can react faster. Or you can keep it attached to the gun and just do what actual snipers do, and they sit back inside of cover, looking out of a scope with like 2 holes drilled in. Oh, he can't hear us. His computer froze. That's why I wasn't responding.
You froze?
Winter.
Don't.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't answering to any of it. His computer froze.
Okay. Well, bang. Also, here, I'm going to link you guys my Shadowrun Settings campaign game, so you can see it. Like, it had the full gambit of preparation done it, including, I even went to trouble of making, like, cutouts for every single chart that exists in that fucking game, because I wanted to alleviate how shit I hated it.
Mind if I join and read up on it?
Yeah, go for it. Hop in. Take a peek.
Because Shadowrun's one of the games I never played, but read a bunch about, but I never really gotten the rules, just the world.
Yeah, I mean, there are people in it that I would love to get you guys to play along with as well, because they're fucking fantastic. But I built a living setting with real with like real shit in it.
Hey,
welcome back.
So did you hear of any what have I said?
I heard sniper rifle and then everything cut out.
Okay. Well, you can sit back. So, Snippy, does your vehicle have anything like, you know, gun ports that slide open, or no?
Well, there's bulletproof glass, so the answer is no. You're not supposed to shoot out of it unless you open the door.
Okay. Okay, so your bulletproof glass, is it like a one-way mirror thing where people can't see what's going on the inside? It looks like it just looks like a panel on the side, you know?
Yes.
Cool. So, Winter, you could literally set up where you're maybe you could you're performing recon. So, if anything shady starts going down, you can react to it faster or something. I don't know.
Do that, yeah. What would I roll for that? Careful?
Basically, Winter wants to set up
Whatever
Overwatch.
Yeah, whatever you can word it. Careful seems like a safe one for me if you want to take up an Overwatch position.
Yep, sounds good to me.
If you succeed, I can probably throw another Fate's Neck into anti-material cover.
That sounds good.
There's
That healing
a
shot is amazing.
Yakuza in this.
Yeah, you hit 3. Enjoy another Fate's Neck and anti-material.
Fate's apparently my game, guys.
It fucking is. Your dice are dope as shit. Even when I ask you to roll a thing expecting you to continue to roll high, you then choose to roll shit. I don't know how you do it.
Oh no,
not fair.
Dargan hates planes.
Oh, you're looking into that. Yeah. One of the most important events was that a dragon blew up a plane full of important people, and it is a landmark event in that setting. There is a whole lot of
What
shit
country
hidden
is this
there.
in, just real quick?
It's in Boston.
It's in Boston. I was wondering, because I was looking at Fenway, in Fenway Park, and I was like, is this Boston?
Yeah, that
Boston?
setting is Shadowrun Boston, which is actually one of Shadowrun's best settings of all of them. It has the most events and the coolest places in it.
I mean, the title is
Neat.
entitled Business in Boston, so I'd
It
have to
is called
assume
that,
that...
yes.
I wasn't reading the title.
Dragons
Well, that's
are
your
not
fault, isn't it?
of an assholes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that game is very, very set up. I will happily talk more about it when we're not doing this Fate thing, but you know, for now, it's
Yeah.
it's a good it's a very fun system, and I'm very happy with how it went. But at the same time, I hated running Shadowrun, so if I could change the rules, that'd be dope. I would love to bring it back to life again. It hasn't been entered for 2 years. But okay. You have your anti-material cover. Now then, Alek. You have a place to visit.
Yes, and I probably have to utter the most disgusting word I ever had in my life inside of a bar.
Go on, say it.
Do I have to?
Hmm? Can you remember it? I've said
Make-
it 3 times.
Make him roll forceful to keep the vomit.
Straight
From,
faces.
yeah, the vomit down from what he's about to say.
See, I'd be amazed if he remembers it exactly.
Water, room temperature.
Okay, so you say just a straight water, please, room temperature, in between
Yes.
trying not to vomit all over your shoesies.
Just the straight water on room temperature.
All right. The bartender nods and like leans underneath the counter. You can see them probably tapping at some kind of button. And then he leans away. On seeing your reaction, I'm pretty sure he turns around again with a shot of vodka for you.
Danke.
Leans down. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean it.
Yeah. And then your Mr. Johnson turns up.
You're Johnson?
Why, yes, I am your Mr. Johnson.
That is very good. So, we have the thing, but it is unfortunately, there's too much shit, and it will not be able to be delivered to you right at this moment.
Is that so?
Yes, most unfortunate.
You called me here on the pickup to say you couldn't hand it over.
And we
yet
do have
you're-
it, and you will receive it in due time.
Why aren't you giving me it right now?
Because my associates have not yet gotten, have not yet been able to shake the hit that is upon them.
Sounds like you should probably throw some kind of clever test at me, and then I'm gonna try and call bullshit on you.
2. Holy shit. Fuck!
Spend fate.
I mean, I could spend fate, but it wouldn't make much of a difference, would it now?
Well, I must admit that in order to do that, I spent a fate myself. I called in one of her aspects.
See? It's time to burn it.
So what do I do with the fate? Do I just add another?
So you need to pick an aspect that is appropriate here from one of your 5 or one of the freebies we have here. And then you can either re-roll altogether or add +2 to your roll.
Perfect. Let's go with this weapon is dangerous and has safety protocols. This thing that you wanted stolen is a very, very dangerous device that can cause destruction on an apocalyptic level. Do you really think it is something we can just hand over at the moment's notice? Do you have any idea how many people were chasing after us?
She'll click her tongue, stroke her chin gently. Did you look at this information?
I did not myself.
And yet your companions have informed you that this information is incredibly dangerous.
Well, yes. Did you tell them not to check it?
I did not, but at the same time, would not have expected them to do so.
Well, you really need to think things through. You got literally a bunch of strangers off the internet to steal something for you, and you expect them not to check it.
Why,
Do I even need to explain how retarded that sounds to me?
Get owned, bitch.
She'll pause and she'll consider for a moment.
I mean, do you want to steal it yourself, perhaps, so you have no one snooping around? You're free to
Please,
do so.
If you would like to shout the word steal any louder, I think people might be able to hear you over the sound of this quite delightful techno bullshit.
It is impossible. I can barely hear myself over this godforsaken noise. Ah, my ears are still ringing.
You raise a good point. Shall we head upstairs, perhaps? Because I would like to hear more information about the professionals I hired looking into this information. And if you're going to be telling me that she is not, you know, terribly brain damaged from ice for doing something so fucking stupid, I hope to hear a particularly interesting follow-up.
Well, she has probably done it before, so I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, she'll wave to the bartender, who will hand over a tray of shots, which she will then pick up, skirt to the dance floor, and head upstairs by. Now then, Sophie, you observed this. She looks pretty pissed off.
I care not. This is what you get for putting Alexandra to do this.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love that you chose your fucking shit-faced Prussian wheelman to play face for you when your other face was not rumbled.
Yeah, but
Sophie
this
wasn't rumbled.
I can't help but thinking she was, considering like the guards she ran away from.
they weren't on my floor yet.
No one ever got to see her, not once. And it was even mentioned she's great to sneak in next because she's the only other member of your party not seen. I was like, why do they do it in this order?
Exactly.
I can't believe it.
No,
Do you want to know the reason? Do you want to know the reason why?
You didn't trust your dice?
Because I've been friends with Snippy for like 2 years and I knew this would happen.
Yeah,
That's also pretty
this
valid.
could not have gone better at all.
I know.
Whatever, sure. Okay, so yeah, she'll guide you upstairs, assuming you will follow her up to some tables so you can overlook the music instead of be deafened by it.
I will be following along, like, right above them.
Sure thing. Tell you what. Wanna make me a test for being sneaky?
I sure
'Cause there
do,
are
Chief.
security systems on the roof here.
I sure do. Alright, here we go. Son of a bitch.
Okay, don't mean I've got to roll against you. How high can I possibly roll in Fate?
It's true, we both have shit dice luck.
For fuck's sake, it's a +2 roll!
Well, don't forget you have your aspect here.
Yeah, but that could be really useful later, and I think you can get your way out of another +1.
I can. I'd have to burn a fate point to do it, but I could.
I have to burn a Fate point too, and I'm already down to 3.
Well, no, you have a free invoke of this.
I do have a free invoke of the security systems, but I could use that to punish you later when Fate can't get you out of it.
That's true. That's true.
Hmm.
Choice is yours.
See, I do love this aspect of Fate where it's like, I have this resource to use specifically against my players. I'm like, oh god, do I gamble in? Fuck.
Yes.
You know what? Alright, I'm gonna spend improved roof security systems.
Alright, and I'll spend a fate point to call in. I always have the right tool for the job, because I have my fucking cloak invisibility, and you can't take it away from me.
Yeah. You flick it over yourself just as a tripwire would have triggered, and then you can literally see like a beam refract, and then just move through your cloak as it should, instead of like into your leg and be stopped.
Ooh, pretty. Alright, and then
And
yeah,
you
will
make it
creep along the route.
past a tripwire set. You're able to continue to track their progress throughout the club.
Nice. See, now I'm down to just one fate.
You are down to 1 fate. I've managed to squeeze fate out of you out of this encounter, but there are a lot of people with more fate than you still left over, and I've only got 3 snacks to ruin you with. And you have so much preparation work propping you up now, I'm worried. Okay. So returning to the point, Sophie, yes, were you going to be following them upstairs with your fairy companion?
You know, we've been here for a while. We've been doing, quite a bit of dancing and stuff like that. We should probably take a rest so we can do this for just so much longer.
Sure thing. Let's see here. Can you roll me 4DF plus 2? It's gonna be how shit-faced your fairy partner is.
Do we want to roll high or low?
You want to roll high on her occasion? 2 is good. Okay, so she's buzzed. But she's got little fairy wings. She's drunk. But not so much so that she's, like, useless to you as your arm candy and cover. And she will join you upstairs. She agrees that, maybe a little break here. She's a fantastic dancer. It probably helps that she doesn't have to touch the ground. She just hovers on the spot.
Yeah, well, you see, they probably have, like, snacks here and stuff like that to, keep people going and not falling, completely out of it on the floor so they can, spend more money at the bar.
Yeah, of course.
So
yeah.
it's clearly time to get like dainty finger foods and a couple mocktails with like energy drinks.
Let's see here. A 1? Well, fuck. Okay, so yeah, you're able to get like those fried cheese sticks.
Yeah, I love fried food.
those.
I love
God, I
it
said
so
that
much.
and
Oh, why did you do this to me? I'm so hungry now.
you cheered out loud and it covered up the sound of my stomach growling angrily at me.
God, I love it.
Oh my god, why did I say that? I want them.
The literal best appetizer on the planet, other than fried cheese curds. But
Actually, my favorite, deep fried chili prawns.
I
Yeah.
hate you so much.
They
I
do them
love
here
prawns.
in like sharer platters of them at the local pub, and I just buy that instead of a meal.
It's almost as mean as when Kanatis was telling me about all the food in his town to my own face, and they have prawns that are they're just covered in sauce.
But yeah, goddamn. Okay, so now that I've tortured myself even further, I'm gonna have to cook dinner after this. Don't worry, we're only going for like 15-20 more minutes. I say mostly for my own sake, so I can feed me. Let's see here. So yeah, you can get yourself some appetite. I don't want to say it out loud again. You get yourself some food and you take it up with you, along with some mocktails. They probably have some virgin margs. So like lots of crushed ice and all that hydraty good stuff.
Yeah.
And let's see here. They will be on this balcony if you were to separate them. Are you going to be on the same one or an adjacent?
An adjacent one. I'm not going to be, like, that obvious.
Sure thing. And then Ms. Caribou, so I'm just going to pop you over there because you're watching it on the corner. Okay, so. Roo!
Fucking hi, Tasha. I guess you've woken up, haven't you?
We'll go 10-15 minutes more, and then you can probably take Tasha out for leaky times.
Oh god! And she's on my lap. Maybe.
Hello, doggo. Okay. So yes, your Mr. Johnson is supposedly a Mrs. Johnson, an elven woman of attractive enough features, and she clunks down this tray of shots, like the rubber plastic black tray that's just lined with shots of innocuously clear liquid. She immediately grabs one of them and knocks it back, and then flips the glass, clunks it down again in frustration. I want details. Why was the rest of your group too busy to turn up?
Because they were chased by police, maybe. It's fine.
So you're saying Nokia are onto your companions?
Some of them. I mean, I think one of them has not been seen by them yet. Or two.
One or two of them? That's fantastic news.
I know, right?
I'm using my sarcasm voice. And she'll pluck up another glass, invite you to do the same.
With your people. Your knife ears do like your sarcasm.
Us what, sorry?
You know. You know.
I'm so glad she turned out to be an elf. So glad she turned out to be an elf and it's Snippy having to talk to her.
No, this is straight up racism right to her face. I just called her knife ear.
Sure, okay then. Would you like to make a clever test for me, please, Snippy?
Oh god.
Who does this chick work for again? I already forgot.
She works for Gecko Senpai. However, she wanted to acquire a AI killing device, and the boss of Gecko Senpai is an AI, so it's unlikely they'd use it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna make a roll.
How hard do you get slapped?
I might spend a fate for this.
You should. Absolutely should.
Wow!
Wow! The ones that go well.
Fucking owned.
So, how much stress would you like to take?
All of the stress. What stress?
Okay. I need to check that her aspect is written correctly. If you would like to explain stress to Snippy, please, Savin.
So stress is temporary harm that you take. It'll go away at the end of the scene. However, you can't take enough stress to cover 6, or rather 5 points of damage. So you would have to mark your 3 stress box and then take a minor consequence. Basically all negative aspect that the DM can call on for the rest of the scene.
I love this.
I know, isn't it great?
It is.
Alternatively, you can find a way to spend a fate, add a +2, and only take a 3 stress.
Yes, I mean, you could be a pussy and do that, but...
Would you like to give that, if you got any kind of fate that applies, because what she intends to do is throw vodka in your eyes and tase you.
Whoa!
Well, I do have armor.
You do. Hey, Nico, it's your cousin. I got some body armor.
Yes.
If you do that, you can just take stress damage from taking vodka in the eyes.
Can I blink? Quick.
Well, it's either that or you take the tasing.
Jesus, overreacting
Take
much.
the vodka.
You get vodka'd. What?
I'll take the vodka.
Alright. So she vodkas you in the eyes. You aren't going to get tased this time. Okay, so she has an aspect. I shit thee not. I am a proud and dangerous elf. And you called her a knife ear to her face when you've come with bad news for her. And it is at this point we're going to call the session to a close.
This happened exactly as I wanted it to.
Yep. It could not have gone better.
What made it even better is I know we were gonna have Snippy be our talker, and then you made the person who was gonna talk to an elf.
Yep.
A haughty elf, no less. The worst kind of elf.
An elf that you had bad news for in the first place. I shit thee not. I am a proud and dangerous elf is one of her aspects.
You know what? This is all fine in Alexander's mind. Because everything is fine and he always finds positivity in every situation. It's because we still have the disc and she needs it off of us.
If you want to call in that aspect, you could spend an extra fate so that you can take only one stress tick instead of your 3 pox.
Yeah.
Yeah, stress
I
comes
wanna
back
take
at
only
the start
2
of each
stress.
session. So
It comes back
fucking
at the start of a
flood
session.
it.
I'm going to
It
give you
is
that
one of my
advantage.
aspects.
Alright, so you spend a fate again, and instead I'll untick your 3 and put it in 1 instead. So you take 1 stress damage. That is going to be with you, because this is going to be a scene continuation next session, but you get your fate back anyway. I felt bad not mentioning that for you.
You see,
Free. So that's yes, free vodka for my eyes. Thank you.
the moment Alexander stops saying, just stops saying this is fine, is probably the moment he dies.
No, when he's dying, guts spread out all over the floor around him. He'll still be saying, "This is fine."
And then a fire starts up around you.
Alright, I desperately need to go take this dog outside.
It's just
so
the one.
Goodbye,
Of
stream.
course.
See
So
you
yeah,
later.
thank you for playing,
Goodbye.
and I hope you have yourselves a motherfucking good time. Do take care.